What it do? Charles, welcome. Looks like we're just getting set up with cards here. So we've got, should probably do it this way. So we've got Chris Eustace down with the stalks on the bottom of the screen, and we've got Malius up on the top. I believe Malius is playing out of Slovenia, and we've got oh, I wonder if this is because I've got 3D models on. Those radars haven't really loaded very well. It's a shame. Okay, so yeah, we've got Malius playing Free Folk out of Slovenia. We've got Chris with his Starks. So I think Chris has been around the block a bit. How's everything, Dara? I hope you're and your family doing well physically and psychologically. Thank you for doing what you do. I'm good, man. Thanks. Oh shit, 2 seconds. So I had a bit of time off work because I was poorly with kidney stones, and it sort of gave us an impromptu bit of what's the word, like R&R, which sounds mad, but yeah, it did give us a little bit of a head break, which was good. Been back to work this week and it's crazy. Ah, it is, you're right, sorry. Malius. Here we are again. Hello, Carlo. So very kindly, Mickey has helped us sort out the tactics card overlay. So we are going to try and get it all sorted, but whether or not that'll happen, we just don't know. Hotkeys. Just on live scene. Right, so you guys are probably going to have to, just for a few minutes, try and keep track of the game yourselves. I know that's a terrible thing to say as a streamer, but I need to try and just fix some things. Using Mickey's sage advice. I've seen... So show row 1 right, okay. So we want shift. Ah. So these are the complete opposites. I thought. Since he's pure not new shows. So Mickey, if you're listening, which... Hold on. Type of binding did you use? Right, so hopefully if I go to the complete bottom, the opposite of what I thought it would be.
You're talking about what kind of binding I used?
Yeah, man. So like, so like if I put shift 1 on, that's still not the right one. So
I had it as toggle.
there is no thing for toggle though. So there is show. So there's show.
Oh, yeah. So I've got it. I've got it as show and hide as the same thing. So
Ah, right. Okay.
acting as a toggle.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah, that's if you have it set as the same, it just acts as a toggle.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Cool.
Also, hello stream.
Yeah, super pro stream here. Mickey said he definitely wasn't going to be on the stream, but here he is. Right, so there's 1, 2, 3.
I might as well pop in because I think I'm probably too tired. I was going to go watch some episodes of Black Mirror with my partner, but to be honest, within about half an hour to an hour, I'm probably going to fall asleep. So, might as well pop in, eat some pizza on stream live with the guys, talk to all the cool people in chat, like Carl, West Coast Bannerman, Tom, he's awesome, Dan, Space Monkey 82X, the man that I absolutely adore, and I used to game with back in Durham, back in the days where I was allowed outside of the house for more than 5 minutes for non-work related purposes. Oh dear, I miss those days.
Mickey's like a proper hype man, isn't he? He's just like fucking shouting people out and that. It's like a rap album, you know, where they're just like fucking shout out to my downtown crew.
I can do my with my East Coast, Northeast Coast Durham homies or something. I don't know. I'm not rap. I'm about as rap as trying to think of someone who's not rap.
It's like
a lot of rap. It's pretty depressing.
Chris, you are always close to our hearts, mate. In fact, I was going to talk a little bit later on about listening to your podcast today whilst I was making a beer, and I was very impressed with this episode. Charles made some pretty cool.
Thing, right? Chris is, don't get me wrong, Chris's videos are good. Like, I guess, I mean, I could probably make better. I mean, if I tried. So, you know, Chris, yeah, well done. But Charles, that guy, he knows how to make content.
He does, man.
You know, that guy, you know, totally, just dissing Chris and all of his magnificent skills.
Yeah.
I am short. Do you know what the funny thing is, Chris? We're both short and we're both awesome.
Hold on, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's definitely not up to Chris to be talking about people being short, is it?
I think Chris is short, but he's built like an absolute warrior, so...
That doesn't matter, like, unless he's like fucking Gimli.
He basically is. I mean, the only thing he's lacking at the moment is the full beard.
Yeah.
He's got everything else going for him.
Just the porn tash instead. Right, I'm nearly there. I've got it. It's working. It's all working.
Alright, you'll be glad to know Malius is just taking care of some things. He did say he's going to be out 5 minutes break at the start. You just need to sort out some family stuff.
That's fine, mate. You just keep on doing your bigging up and do some fucking witty anecdotes and shit. I'm nearly done.
Me, witty? You've not seen me on stream before.
I mean, it's better than people just watching me like fucking with my tongue out whilst I'm trying to do these.
I don't know. It's quite interesting. I like it.
Worrying.
Max is 7'2". You are joking.
Well, no, there's literally nothing surprising about that whatsoever. He's like fucking Aryan.
You... Bit of a weird thing to say. You are kidding me. No, there's no way that Max is 7'2".
Mate, have you seen him? Have you actually seen him?
I've seen him on the videos and things.
He's literally off the. He's literally out of the film Universal Soldier. He's genetically enhanced.
I can't believe that he's 7'2". That if he is, and if Chris is just trolling me, obviously good troll. He holds a world record. I remember the standing bicep curl. I remember that. I remember being a world record holder. But 7'2" is a bit. I mean, I used to live with guys who were like 6'4", 6'5". He makes them look like dwarves. Jesus.
So did you not realise that Chris actually stands on like a little box when he's having games with him?
I thought he just wore stilts everywhere.
That's cool, that one.
It's actually Chris, because Chris is a photographer ultimately, and well, he's not a photographer, but he does a lot of things with that, editing and things like that. Actually, he's just very careful with his camera angles, so it makes him look a lot bigger than he actually is. But no, that is actually no. Obviously, jokes aside, Max is bloody huge. They're only 5'10", Mickey. They just look bigger. Yeah. Should we talk about some tactics? Who else is in the chat? Who else is in the chat that I haven't given a shout out to? I'm going to shout out to all the lurkers that don't actually chat too much. Danken's about. I played Danken last night. He's an absolute boss. He's actually just a really nice guy.
Yeah, he probably should have won as well.
All right, calm down. But no, Danken was solid. It was a really fun game. We had some right bants. It was good. We've got Groose, obviously. Groose, no one knows who Groosalug is. He's a guy who waited forever to play dragons, and then when dragons came out, everyone was like, "Oh, they're too good." And Groosalug went, "But I finally got
no,
choice."
please, no,
Please,
don't do this to me.
So yeah.
In all fairness, that's pretty much how me and Scott went. It literally became like, because we were both like, Targaryens are shit, we really want to play them, but they're not worth playing. And then all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, you've got dragons, and everyone's like, way, happy. And then everyone was just like, they're unbeatable, or practically unbeatable, they're terrible for the tournament scene, they're probably going to get banned. And then me and Scott were like, and I was like, well, Greyjoys it is.
Apparently, Daryl, you might need to turn me up. I sound like a little gremlin in the corner. Which actually, if anyone knows me in real life, is exactly what I am in real life.
I was going to say,
so probably quite descriptive.
Is that any better?
We'll wait till chat says, "Oh, too loud," or "Oh no, you turned him off."
It's just because I had my desktop volume down.
Ah, fair enough.
I'm playing all
Weasel says it's better.
Did you hear that?
Says who else is in chat who I have not seen in a while or spoken to or shouted out yet? Oh yeah, Psychosti, as it turns out, whose name is actually Psycho Steve, as in like Psycho Steve, but I call him Psycho Steve, who I believe is like French or Belgium, but he's actually totally just, I think, English. But I'm an idiot and can't read.
The least Belgian person in the world.
Yeah, literally. He's about. We've also got all the usuals. Leet Teddy's in the chat, obviously, as well, watching. He's going to start deployment. See you on the other side. Good luck, Leet. It's me. I'm a Scouser. That's probably not a good thing to admit in public, to be honest. That's the kind of thing you want to keep secret, Steve. Not the kind of thing that people from the northeast like to hear from other people.
Like, I'm not. I don't want to come across as closed-minded or anything like that. But fuck Scousers, man.
Yeah. Who else have we got? Obviously, shout out to all those guys. We've got a guy called Carbon14XYZ, who could well be a bot. He also could be an awesome guy. Never seen the name before. We'll see. Fiji 5 million. I can't count the zeros. Yeah, Fiji 5 million, which could just be, I don't know, the 5 millionth bot from Fiji, because Fiji have a massive server room. I don't know, or he could be a cool person. I've never seen him before. And I'm going to butcher this. The French guy, Gilboul, who I have seen on the French servers before, playing games and chatting. So yeah, awesome to see more and more people joining the stream.
Thank you. Feel welcome.
Yeah.
Mika says Sukasa. All that stuff.
I'm real, says Fiji 5 million, which is a good start. It's a good start to admit you're real.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real. Of course, that could be a clever ploy.
Yeah, I'm not a bot, I promise. A bot programmed to say I am not a bot.
Just when you have those things where it's like prove you're not a bot, right? Prove you're not a robot, and then it's like a robot controlling the mouse that hits the buttons.
Did you see the meme that was doing the rounds? So it was just like the capture thing, but it was like choose the thing with all of the what they call traffic lights in, and like there was like literally a millimeter of traffic light in the top one, and just a picture of a guy proper sweating. Oh, I've got loads of the same ones. That's why. How's this happened? Oh, that's not right. One, two, three, four. Nope. 4. 1, 2, 3. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. Welcome Fiji. Anyway, and Gilbool. Hi everyone. Fiji's from Indy, which is a really weird name. If your name is Fiji and you're from Indy, that's really confusing. Because I thought you were from Fiji. I think the clue is probably in the name, but clearly not. Anyway, yeah, no, welcome. Obviously, it's great to see people around. You're friends with Brett. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Fiji. Really sorry about that. Need to get better friends. Dan Space Monkey's drinking port. A very good drink to be drinking on a Friday night. I'm guessing you've had a week at work, which, as we know, well, people won't know this, but Dan Space Monkey, he works like Daryl here, our counterpart today. Space Monkey works in the care industry. He's a head of IT for a load of care homes in the northeast, and well, in England, being in charge of care homes at the moment is a really shitty job.
I mean,
yeah,
that's not just at the minute. Like that's just in general. But
yeah, it's just in general. Yeah,
they're a super underfunded sector, but just one of them.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, I'm going to attempt to make a joke here. Trigger warning. At least they're maybe saving money with the lack of clients they've currently got.
Whoa.
Oh, that's actually pretty grim because that's England. Chris, I am part of a rap group, except that it often gets spelt miscorrectly. It's a rat group. I just hang around with a bunch of rats around about my size. Not even king rat.
Do you know a rat king is actually just when a load of rats are together and the tails end up getting tied together? It's usually when they're swarming, and they end up as like a big lump of rats that can't move anywhere.
I think I learned that
because of Malifaux.
No, Mordheim lore from Warhammer Fantasy back in the day.
Yeah, it's a total legit thing.
Yeah. Gregors is in the chat. Gregors, yeah. Gregors is in the chat. Who loves a good Greg? It's always fun when Gregors turns up. We're doing a setup here while they deploy. Yeah, we are doing a setup. I can do a set. What does he want me to say? Chris wants me to say words like bruv, in it, and ting. Or it's a mad ting, in it, bruv.
Do you know what it is, man? Like I think it's mad that like the general consensus in America of England is you either talk like that or you talk proper Queen's English. Like when I was in America, I got asked if I was German. Oh shit, man! It's not Control 5, it's Control F. I got asked if I was German, Scottish, Norwegian, and I was just like, I'm from England, and they're like, well, but you must be from somewhere else originally. I was just like, no, not everyone speaks in a Cockney accent. Like, I mean, it's understandable because I'm barely legible at the best of times, but like,
that's just Geordies.
I think the northeast accent is really good. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh mate, I think I've done it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Way, look at that, man. Get wrecked.
Do a test run. Not like they haven't played tactics card. They're still deploying, so we can do test runs.
I'll just
say like, here's a test. Ultimate test. The Direwolf's Fervor gets played.
Hold on. No, you can't. You have to tell us which number. That's bullshit.
You have to work it out. That's the whole point. You're the streamer. You work it out. Oh, so it's 7 for Stark, so 7 on the right.
Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yes, fucking get it. Right. So obviously I don't have. I've got it in studio mode, so I'm gonna have to
Transfer it to non-studio mode.
So
This is where everything collapses.
So Stark. I wanted Stark 7. Yeah.
Yeah, Stark 7. See if it works on stream.
Whoosh. Bit like
Point
that.
where it doesn't.
Bit like that. I think I'll probably end up just having to switch to not studio mode though, so I can be like.
Oh, you even did it with the transition, so you get a nice fireball.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to continue to do that because that's
Fair enough.
because I think people get a bit annoyed. But yeah, so that seems to be
yeah,
working,
cool.
right?
Yeah, it's going on and off. Yeah, awesome. Say we're working there. We're getting there. It's early days. Yeah, early days of the overlays, as you can imagine, guys. But it looks like the guys are set up. It looks like the guys have set up their armies. We've done all the absolute chat stuff at the start. Yes, I am slightly drunk. I've been drinking red wine because I have had an awful day at work.
Red. Sorry,
I got about
mate.
3 hours sleep last night after watching a game until about 4 in the morning.
Oh, nice.
God damn it, Weasel. He made me stay up and watch Chris absolutely. Well, it was Free Folk versus Baratheon, and unlike Weasel, Chris could actually win a game with Free Folk against Baratheon because Weasel's terrible. So yeah, we just sat and chatted for a while, but it was about 4 o'clock and I went to bed and woke up at like 7 and did 9 hours of recording. So yeah, I'm knackered.
Nice who? That's so like sometimes that's the only thing about the big divide in time. Like the what's it called? Time zone difference. Because some of the games that you really want to watch are just like totally like for me staying up that late is like. It's a Death Note really. I would probably collapse that.
Yeah.
So I've got to be careful doing shit like that, but
should be good.
You just feel like you end up missing out on loads of shit, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Especially when your favourite man, all the way over there in America, is playing games late at night.
Who's your favourite man?
You have to work it out. Actually, the reason I haven't told you is because Chris and Weasel can fight it out for my love. Which both of them are going to be like, no, you have it. No, please, you have it.
No, just take it, man. Just take it, yeah. Just take it.
But they're both playing Free Folk, so it's good. It's me, fight me, Weasel. Oh yeah, I missed Sunday's thing he wants me to say, which is like, damn, shots fired, bruv, on that nasty tongue ting.
On that
That's going to be my accent.
That is horrific, mate. You don't ever do that again.
I probably won't. In fact, no, that's a lie. I probably will.
There's the souls of a million miners are all turning in their graves now.
You have to remember though, I'm not actually from the northeast. I'm from that dirty southern place called Essex. Essex, lad, innit?
Are you actually from Essex?
Yeah, from Essex.
You've been here long enough to not sound like that though.
Nah, my mother taught me the Queen's English, Daryl. I speak actually quite well in the real world.
No, you don't. You do actually. You've got a one of those generic like
generic. Am I an NPC? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
NPC.
I was going to say generic like Midlands accent. You know what I mean? Like the way like nobody could actually guess where you're from.
Yeah.
Same for me. Nobody would ever know where I was from.
I'm that quest giver on level 3.
Yeah.
No one really remembers.
You're the person whose text everyone skipped.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh dear, adventurer, you missed my thank you for returning my apple.
Yeah. Right, lads, I'm nearly done. I had a long day because I was brewing and I didn't expect it to take as long as it did. For some reason though, like I cannot find Chris Eustace on stats.
He's not called Chris Eustace, it's called Elite Teddy on stats.
Well, that's fucking stupid. L33, yeah. That's a fucking stupid thing to do, isn't it?
It was.
Christopher.
Anyone who changes their name on stats is just weird. Hashtag Brett Lanfer. Anyway. Yeah, no, his name's Elite Teddy. the only actual name change that I really liked on stats was when I can't even remember his name now. I can't even remember what it was. Oh God! But he was really good player. He's like one of the top players. He changed his name to Viper after the Viper from Age of Empires, and me and Carlo just had a bit of a fangirl moment there, and we were like,
Was
"Oh, that's so cool!
he
knows
was
Age of Empires."
was he English?
No, he's Israeli. The guy was Israeli.
All right. There was some dude in the chat last night called Viper, who was apparently one of your pals.
Yeah, no, Viper is a guy called Adam. I went to uni with, and Carlo knows as well.
He was calling you all sorts.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, I used to take the shit out of him, and he used to take the shit out of me.
I'm not going to ask how you got the shit out of him, but I'm glad you did it.
Scoop.
University is a time to explore. Right. Nearly there. Go on.
We've seen some tactics boards going on.
Mhm.
How long will round 1 take? Yeah, let's do predictions. Anyone who thinks round 1 will finish before 9 o'clock, so that's 20 minutes. That's 9 o'clock local time, not 9 o'clock any of your weird and wonderful times that aren't GMT. UTC for the win. Anyone who thinks it's going to end before 9 o'clock, you give us a I don't know, a 1 in chat. And if it's after 9 o'clock, give us a 2 in chat. That's 22 minutes to play the first round.
Easy that, man.
At that rate, they'll play 2 hours, 6 rounds.
So I've got on good authority from Mr. Eustace himself that it's going to be a very quick game. I believe he did say in chat yesterday, he said it's going to be a very quick game and a very bloody game. So
Yeah, because do you not hear what he's going to do?
Charge? He said turn 1 charge, didn't he?
He said turn 1 charge. The man said turn 1 charge. Which, I mean, he's got Tully Cav, so I mean...
Is he a man of his word?
Probably. I've heard him lie before, though. So Carlo's actually trying to give like analytical, actual answers to how this game mode is going to be. Like saying things like, "I still predict free vote take this," and very strong game mode for insignificant. So it clearly means that Carlo has lost any and all ability to banter, which means that from now on, what we can assume is that Carlo in chat has been taken over by CarloBot, who is going to say things like, "Amazing, fantastic, this game is going to round 4."
Yeah, isn't Carlo and CarloBot just the same entity, anyways?
Yeah. Carlo's CarloBot is normal Carlo is just when CarloBot gets tired and he stops slipping from his programming. It's a genuine issue.
Who we've got on the left? We've got Malius, right?
Yeah, Malius. Yeah. Are you going to do this cool thing with stats that we've been trying to do?
That's literally what I'm setting up now. Unfortunately, some of them are going to be slightly janky, but we're just going to have to deal with that, guys. We're just going to have to deal with it.
It's just NRG, right? Everything we do is slightly janky.
Yeah. Just like a couple of like off-borders here and there, but I mean the meat's there, and the meat's important, isn't it? Really, that's what we want to see.
I don't know. It depends. I quite like the meat.
Win rate by game mode. So, Malius win rate by game mode. Okay, let's transition. Boom.
You can do this fancy thing while they're like kind of playing the game. But we would have done this beforehand, but we're crap and did it too slowly.
Whoa. All right. Okay. So this is player 1. This is Malius or Malus. Malius. It is Malius, isn't it? Yeah.
It is Malius.
I keep on saying Malice because of Malice Darkblade, who is fucking awesome.
Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah. The Hagref faction within the Warhammer 2 Fantasy Battles Total War game. And
well, not just that, but in the fucking the best set of just the best books as well.
Yeah. You'll notice that Malice is named Tevz Delak. I'm probably butchered that. He's from Slovenia. I believe he played in the Slovenian Masters that they ran on TTS. This guy is like gone under the radar, perhaps on the international side of things, but I think he's deceptively quite a good player. And I know Chris Eustace actually put him in as a bit of his top 8 prediction. So it wouldn't surprise me if Malice turns out to be a little bit better than his rating of 1597 on TTS there.
Yeah, but we've got to remember that he's only got 10 games played, so it's difficult to get a really good representation of his ability from such a small amount of results, right?
Yeah, definitely. Have we got the stuff for Chris sorted? Because that man's played more games.
Yeah, would you like to go straight over to that?
Yeah, let's look at Chris's stats, because Chris is cool.
Okay. So we've got Chris with 52 games played, with 30 games won and a win rate of 58.
Yeah. Those of you who don't know in chat, Chris is usually a Lannister player, but he swapped playing to Starks for the World Cup. Quote, because of the law, end quote. Nothing to do with the power level of Starks, he said.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's.
So you can see he's got a 37 game played with Lannisters with a 59.46% win rate, and he's only got 10 games played with Stark on TTS. That's been logged. 10 games of Stark with a 60% win rate. So clearly he's doing just as well as he would do with his Lannisters. With his Starks, he's played 7 games into Free Folk and he's only got a 42% win rate against them. Now, whether that's because he's played Lannisters into them, and Lannisters tend not to do amazingly well into Free Folk, just because of activation control. Maybe that's why, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
And
Chris,
go on.
I was going to say, Chris is one of the few players who actually has he has physical games logged as well. You see his tabletop ranking there of 1519. He has some tabletop games logged as well. And he's one of the first players that Carlo actually played against in the UK scene when the stats app / site was first built. And so Chris was one of our early supporters. He's got he's got a tournament trophy, I believe, stuck in the post because Carlo lost on tiebreakers after going. They both went 3-0 or 4-0 or 5-0 or something like that. But Chris beat him on tiebreakers. So Carlo's never lived that down. Hence the reason that Carlo absolutely hates Chris in every way, shape, or form, and is currently trying to bring him down. That's a little bit of the background lore for people if they're not sure.
The background lore. So what did we see? Tactics board. We've seen. Oh man, they've both got the same colour trays as well.
Yeah, that's just to annoy you, Daryl.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I might actually ask them to change.
It's all right. There's a deep blue and there's a teal, right? We can work it out. A darker blue and a teal.
Nah, I'll just ask them.
Ask Chris will change his to like red or something silly like that because he likes Lannister red.
Yeah, so we've seen a fairly horizontal move from the Mammoth.
Yes, it was in chat. They were talking about this. The weird Mammoth move, like where it turned on its side, and Carlo said the thing in chat. He said that's bait, and of course this is one of those moments where you post a meme, like a GIF at this point.
Yeah.
With the guy pointing up, and it's like that's bait.
It's from Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a classic moment. So yes, Steer Commander. Remember, it is Steer Commander, so you got set for charge, which is pretty good with the Mammoths. With the whole extra trample and don't get to attack them thing. Of course, you have to be hitting the front for that. So.
Yeah, it's a really good movie call. Yeah, you play the villain, do you, Carlo?
Carlo plays the villain in every movie. In every setting, actually. If anyone makes their own roleplay game, spoiler, or runs their own roleplay game, Carlo just ends up being the villain regardless of what RP you try and do. We should know that. We played an RP just before lockdown finished, or started. Jesus, it's not finished yet. We finished an RP not far away from lockdown beginning, and Carlo ended up being the bad guy, and I think he like kills another member of the party.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's how bad it got. Can Daryl see different things on screen than us with those specs? Yes, he can. Daryl sees into the fifth dimension. So yeah, There's Carl. That's the only way that he can actually be an effective nurse in the NHS at the moment.
Carl,
So,
when I say you don't want to see the things that I see, just trust us, man. You don't want these glasses. Nobody should carry this burden.
no one should carry this burden. Have you been? I don't know. With the haircut, it's making me think more and more that you've just been like you're just Gollum, and you've managed to steal the glasses of power from Frodoing and like Samaril or something like that.
No, so we've got a load of new monitors at work. They've changed the ventilator. They've got a load of new ventilators at the start. Well, at the end of the first wave. And it's like the text is pale blue on a slightly less pale blue, and it's fucking really hard to see.
I mean,
and like,
without being able to see that sounds fucking dumb.
yeah,
like,
man, I was like getting really bad stress headaches from looking at them for 13 hours at a time. So I went to the thing, and it turns out that my eyes are all fucked up anyway. So it's probably because I needed glasses in the start.
Daryl, have you not thought about just not looking at the monitors?
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. This monitor's bleeping and flashing red. I wonder what's happening. Yeah, just ignore it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, legal note. I don't ignore it. I don't.
Ah.
So, what's happening? We've seen some NCUs hit the board. It looks
Shuffling.
like, yeah. So it's Val, Cruster, and Mance, and we've got Varus.
Oh. Can we just take a second here to look at specifically the Val and Mance models? Daryl, you may recognise those.
Oh yeah, now that I've seen the eyes, yeah, I recognise it.
Yeah,
very good job, mate. So who did the photography for it? You?
I did it. Yeah, I did the photography.
Did you just do the 50 pictures from different angles on the turntable thing?
Yeah, I made a turntable out of some old cardboard and did it that way.
Yeah.
But also shout out to the other guys who obviously did a load of stuff. The Varus and things like that. People like Brushbrighter, Nikolai on Facebook, incredible. Yannick, obviously, a load of stuff there. Bartender.
I was going to say, I seen Yannick's 2 dragons on when I loaded them out yesterday. It was just like, right, oh, there's Drogon, cool, there's Rhaegal, cool, and then I pulled the Viserion out and it's just still a cardboard cut. I was like, oh, it's a shame.
Didn't you do Viserion?
Yeah, but nobody wants to see my fucking paint job in this mod.
Yeah, they do.
Nah, fuck that.
I'd upload it for you, except it would be completely illegal for me to come and actually collect it and, photograph it. Only 2 dragons. Yeah, Groose. There's only 2 dragons been done. I don't think you got the memo, Groose, but if you're playing 3 dragons on the TTS meta, you're a bad human, so you don't deserve that 3rd one to be painted. Yeah, just generic bad person.
I don't know, man. It's pretty rough. Let's see if it's
interestingly. We actually do have mammoths getting sorted soon. Oh, there you go. I've only just seen it on the stream come up, the dragon. There you go. That's alright. It doesn't look good because the lighting's not very good where you are.
Yeah, man.
But because that's really dark. But I've seen the video where you painted it. It was wicked.
Drop it in the post. I ain't bother.
Yeah, Carl. So Carl says the future is alternative skins. Yeah, so this is something we talked about a lot. I spoke about bartender.
Hold on a minute. Scott's just appeared here and said, yeah, that's why. Fuck you, Scott.
So yeah, alternative skins. The problem with alternative skins is you actually kind of need to have all the bank of the skins already like adjusted for various different conditions, because the photos just aren't done and then like put together in the program, meshed together and things like that. There's usually quite a lot of blender work that Bartender does, which is not done. Like I have not done any. Bartender's done some incredible blender work, and he just makes it fit and mesh together properly. If he could and create like a massive index of all those different meshes, you could actually select the artist that you wanted to give a model.
So the Infinity mod has like an army builder section like separate to, where you can choose which of the models represents your characters. If you so you've got so some people like the old sculpts or the new sculpts. Some people like different color schemes, whatever, the traditional, like a darker one or whatever. It's really well done.
Yeah. It's a good way. It's a good way of doing it, and it's eventually probably where we will move to.
Mhm.
But obviously we need more. We haven't even got all the models in yet, so. I slagged behind. I slogged behind, and as a result, haven't finished a cave dweller yet. So. But got to get these attachments painted up because it sounds like free folk are going to need attachments in the new meta, and got to get a mammoth done because mammoths
Mammoth.
like pets.
Mammoth.
Mammoth. Stompy stomp stomp. Question for chat: Do people like mammoths? Do people hate mammoths? There's a question. Now, immediately see all of the Baratheons immediately post in chat being like, "I hate
I
them."
hate them. They're shit. They should never have been invented.
Yep, it's true. See, Bruce says yes.
So what we need to do is we need to lobby for a way for one of us. So like, not a game master view, but a way to be able to search the Discord
Well,
piles as well. Search the Discord piles.
Search the Discord piles. Yeah. So it is something I talked to a bartender about.
I think it's TTS, isn't it? It's not like.
Yeah, exactly. It's a TTS thing. We did discuss. Me and bartender discussed that instead of having to jump in and take a player spot as well to set up the picture-in-picture, we'd actually automatically in the mod there'd be a third hand, and in the third hand you could jump in there, picture up, and also activate a load of other spectator equipment, which I'm working with bartender a little bit to try and raise the quality. Those of you who bumped into the stream the other night would have seen that. Things like stitching cameras together and getting a battle overlay and things like that, so you can have a nice.
There's some good. Like so I think one of the good things that we could do is take a little bit of a passover of all the other big mods that are out at the moment and just sort of look for some inspiration, because the 40k ones have got some action cam setups and some like predefined camera angles as well, which are pretty cool. Here we go. We're talking about my dragon. There's my dragon. There he is.
Oh. Fireball. Oh. See? Looks way better under that lighting.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, so I mean the
Legion mod's unbelievable.
It is, isn't it, actually? I've not played Legion, don't really know it very
it's
well.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Really so we're still watching the game. The mouse is still yet to actually activate.
There is a game. Yeah, there is a game.
Is there? Totally Cav can activate. It looks like Chris has not gone for his strategy. So the strategy that Chris was going to talk about, I wonder if he does it. He was thinking about sacrificing a unit to get North members out to play this really aggressive strategy. It looks like he might do a charge with the Tully Cav now into the front of the Mammoth. I think this is bait, as Carlo would say, or as who was it?
Tom Hardy.
Who was the actor? Tom Hardy. That was it. Yeah. Tom Hardy would say, "That's bait." I am convinced that Malius
that's bait.
Charge.
That's bait.
Of course, there is, of course, the fact that the Mammoth set for charge is just going to YOLO through. However, Starks do have a very good card. You can see it at the top of the screen. The top Stark card.
Winter is coming.
It's a big cock block, that card, isn't it?
Yeah. Big old cock block.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you know what Winter is Coming actually reminds me of?
What's that?
It's that moment where someone's like desperately trying to do something and they're like, "Oh, look at this," and they like, I don't know, like a vegetable competition, and they pull out like an okay sized leek or something like that, and then this guy just rocks up with a van and pulls out like an absolutely mammoth leek that looks like it's like the size of the pyramids of Giza, and just whips it out and is like, "There you go," and you're like, "Oh."
Crack on.
And that's what Baratheons feel like every time that Winter is Coming is played, because Baratheons are just, oh, nothing like my entire deck, every ability I have is now not allowed to do. Go. One of them. I'm not pissed. Just mildly drunk.
I don't know if he means angry or because that's like Americans say pissed for angry, don't they?
They do actually, yeah.
Like the opposite of a cock block, or definitely not. Oh, got you. But I think I was reading more into it was someone being really frigid and frosty. I'm gonna Photoshop Mickey's face onto that meme of like where that kid's like explaining something into that lass's ear in a nightclub and she just looks like she's about to whitey because she's so bored. Oh dear. So did that just fail a panic test? What the fuck?
No, because he didn't take one.
Huh.
This is a maneuver, right? That's a maneuver. There's no way that's a trample. There's no way he just trampled over his own cave dwellers. I mean, like, raiders, trappers, yeah, I could kind of let that one go. There's no way you trample over your own cave dwellers.
Surely not.
That's just dumb as shit.
So if it's a maneuver, they don't do damage, right?
Yeah, correct. I've noticed on the overlay you've got Steer's Vengeance.
Oh, have I got?
Yeah. It's alright, it's your first time. It's your first time. Everyone gets through the growing pains.
Oh, Scott, that's gone out the fucking window. I'm not bothered anymore. I'm too jaded for that.
The world's in such a bad place that, you know, watching our language is the least of our
I
concerns.
know. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. It's brought like
Your
death if you walk outside the door.
I have got a mod on that's disallowing you to say that though, Scott. Deny and deny. I just like how it's added. So I've added block term and it's just that word, but in capital letters as well as the word in lowercase. It's see you next Tuesday.
Oh, right. That one.
Yeah, it's personal favourite, but definitely probably not on stream.
Yeah. The round ending before or after the hour is basically 100% dependent on if he can find out where to put his mammoth. Yes, it is. And that is 9 o'clock. We've hit 9 o'clock and the Tully Cavaliers have not gone. So everyone who guessed that the round would end after 9 o'clock real time is correct. The round will end after 9 o'clock. That's 22 minutes of watching these guys faff around in round one.
You all win some Song Voice and Fire Stats branded merchandise, which Carlo will send out to you in the post.
Yes. It's to the point where people are like, whoa, what did people win? Whoa, when are we getting it? And Carlo's like, shit.
In all fairness, that's happened to me a couple of times where somebody's just been like, I remember you said that you'd send those t-shirts out for someone win this tournament. I was just like,
Did you actually? Did you send Tom?
Yes, Tom's has been dispatched. In fact, I got the dispatch notice today, so it should be with him in the next day or so.
Cool.
Tom,
because I know that's
make
6 months late.
Yeah, that's my fault, man. It's my fault. Tom, make sure you send a picture of you wearing it in.
Yeah, definitely.
You can join the Halls of Fame.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, in this channel, no one wins any prizes unless we obviously do a competition, and everyone accumulates points, and points mean fuck all. So keep a count of your points because you never know. One day they might actually mean something, but for now, nout.
Oh, what in the NRG stream chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, they totally will. I've got some a friend working on some custom emotes right now for subscribers.
Oh, cool.
I did some After Effects stuff for him, so he's doing some stuff for me in return.
Fair. Carlo says it's also likely that this is what determines the total length of the game. I said Carlo Bot was still in the house. Zero attention to the banter because Carlo doesn't deal with banter.
Carlo, you're just going to get a post the same fucking emote over and over and over again.
I feel disappointed here because I only have 27k points. Mainly because of all the streams I've done, I've not been in the chat because I've used
Yeah.
the
If it,
admin
makes,
chat.
if it makes you feel any better, it's the person with the most is probably my fiance, who literally almost every stream I do, she just turns it on and puts her phone in the corner. Although you get it for chatting, don't you? So you probably do have. I think like for the first 3 months of streaming, it was literally just Amanda and me and Scott watching as me and Scott played on our phones. Standard.
That is absolutely quality content. That is.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Nice
Weasel
one.
rocking the RG merch. I put my job.
Weasel, send a picture in and we'll put it up on stream.
Yeah, if you don't mind, or if you don't want to, that's fine as well.
Yeah. You can wear stuff other than that. Like, I'm not expecting you to like just wear the t-shirt. That would be weird, but also welcome.
You can also hide your face or anything else that you might need to hide. Like, please hide your penis. We don't want to see that on stream.
Extra points if you've cut the little holes in front of your nipples, though. That's pretty fun. So we've got Chris going first. Do we think he has a Swift Advance and ask Chris all about which pose you need to pull. We're totally doing a competition though, so I'm going to do a competition after the next run of t-shirts comes out, and you know how weird that literally just as Chris talks about the post, Brett just runs in and goes, look, I'm here as well, because I did the post too. So there's the Hall of Legends. The Hall of Legends is a very particular post, a very particular pose. Sorry, championed by Chris, and then closely followed by Carlo and Brett. Yeah.
Oh, we can do a calendar. We can do a Song of Ice and Fire calendar with all of the coolest kids
Definitely. I think I can do like NRG songs on Teespring. So if that's kind of the direction that you wanted to go.
I think so. I think we could do that kind of thing.
should we do a content creator calendar? That would be absolutely hilarious. All doing that same pose.
Yeah. And it should just get more and more ridiculous as it gets closer to Christmas.
I'm gonna get a free folk outfit for my baby and just put her in my hand instead of a model. But Dan's like, please don't. Dan, but we were gonna ask you to be November.
Oh my god, we could actually do one with Max. Could be December.
Yeah.
And we just get a picture of Max holding nothing, and then we Photoshop a picture of me, because that's the approximate size difference. And you have Max just holding me in his hand.
Bicep killing you.
Yeah, just casually bicepping me. Which is probably lower weight than his actual world record, so I mean... that's pretty depressing, actually. A man can literally bicep curl me. Oh. Anyway, moving on. What's the game looking like? No one's actually done it. Oh, no, we haven't actually had anything done. Merch pick in the Patreon Discord?
Yeah, are you happy for us to stick it up, yeah?
Of course he is. That man is a legend. He actually... this is actually a weird compliment. He looks a little bit... Oh, what's the actor's name? The guy who actually plays Gimli. He actually looks a little bit like him. I'm surprised, Charles. I was surprised just how much you look.
The main man, Charles?
Yeah.
Rock and Raven's Revenge?
Yeah, John Rhys Davies. Yeah. Look at that. He looks so similar to John Rhys Davies, but obviously younger. Wicked. And that he's 100% at work. Also,
oh shit, yeah. I'll turn that off.
It's alright. No, the funniest thing here, right, is the massage cream that's on his desk, which is almost certainly part of the therapy stuff that his company sells.
I didn't even to be honest with you, I thought it was like snooze or something like that at first.
So I misread it. I thought it said sausage cream, and then I was like, really?
So massage cream and sausage cream is basically the same thing, isn't it? It's just a different word for the same.
Yeah.
Depends entirely on what you do with it, like.
I will say though, his office is pretty shitty because he has a whiteboard there with nothing on it, which means that he clearly doesn't pretend to do work enough.
So what is BC massage cream? Weasel sell on it. So, and Chris, just to let you know, Chris took letters. He's placed a a vulnerable on the mammoth, and he will be drawn two cards for that.
What's the hand size for each player? Are we on like it'll be 5 cards for Malius, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing now 5 for Chris?
Indeed, and what I forgot to tell you about his missions. So Chris played at the end of round 1. If you have at least one unengaged friendly unit in an enemy deployment, score 2.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I know why he's played that. I do know why he's played that. He's played that as bait, right? He's played that as bait to try and get the mammoth maybe to come forward or a unit to come forward, because it's unlikely that Malice will get there this turn. And also he's played it because the Tully Cavaliers could actually reasonably storm through one of these raider or trapper units and get to the deployment zone.
Yeah.
Plus, the longer this game goes, the more likely it will be Malius with the more units that he'll get that. So I think he's playing this now as a bit of a gambit mission to mean nothing.
Got you.
Yeah. Yeah, but it makes one-shotting with the cav charge actually really dangerous, because if he does one-shot, he will actually go over to score basically 2 points unless we see something come out.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen Mance come out as a response. Mance, best brief NCU. Malius knows how to build a list. All natural non-filler.
Yeah, he's talking about, so it's basically a obviously like a cream or an oil that you use whilst you're doing like either physio or like recovery stuff after exercise. Or
I know he said he works in like self-help.
Dan, are you fucking winding us up, mate? I've known you this long and you've just followed the fucking stream now. That's Shan, that, like, I thought we were friends. Dick.
Daryl, the guy is the head of IT of a major company. He's only just worked out how to use a computer the other day.
Yeah, that's done. It's not easy.
Also, Dan, you're not easy. You literally, in case people don't know, this is a bit of a weird thing to say on stream. That man had to literally be neutered. That's how easy he was.
He's had children. That's enough of a neutering, man.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the man. He has been stuck with lockdown with his wife, his fiance/wife, and his 2 young female children who are or were terrors, but love playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. So you know.
Yeah, it's a fucking awesome game. That's why. Carlo, sorry, that's how you win more followers. I hear. How's that? By telling people that they're shit for not following you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely revealed too many street secrets when I'm drunk on wine. You slack people off when they do. Hey, good job.
Special circumstance. I know him in person.
Plus, it would actually be amazing if we could see him in real life.
Mm-hmm. It would.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we are now seeing the Lady of Winterfell go down on swords.
Yeah, so Malice scored a point because of the Swords Horse card that he put out. Chris giving that VP away. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That's my work, Scott. That's entirely my work. You just press the follow button again.
So hang on.
You have to press the subscribe button first and put your credit card details in.
Yeah. How do you unfollow?
So he's taking the free attack action without an attack to do. Is it to stop the mammoth?
Yeah, maybe because you can't target the mammoth.
Has he got sudden charges off the horses?
No. Where's Steer? Because
Steer's directly in front of him. Oh no, he's not. That's Armor's unit.
Yeah, because Steer has go down fighting. So he might be trying to stop the go down fighting combo. I don't really know. I thought that would be a sudden charge. I don't really understand the Caitlyn play. Just giving away a VP. Oh, I do know this Caitlyn play giving away a VP, I think.
Go for it, tell her.
This is Chris giving a VP to Malius so Chris can claim the objective card on the next turn that gives him a VP and makes him the first player. So yeah, as Carlos says in chat, he's trying to steal first player next turn. Yeah.
Interesting.
see us in chat. We've got 22 people watching, which is pretty good.
Nice.
See how many of them bots
we
haven't
peaked
talked in a while.
yesterday at 30, and our average was 21, so that's good.
Yeah, cool. We've got Brett's obviously around. Aris88 is a name I think I've seen before. Can't remember. Furioku's in chat. Oh, Furioku, what a legend. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this properly. Or try. Go on. Gabu das Walrus, which sounds like Gabo the Walrus, which is a brilliant name, by the way.
Gabo.
Yeah. Lockerbree's in chat. Lockerbree,
Lucky.
absolute legend for running his tournament. Stovetop was chatting with him the other night. He's a great laugh. All the other people are in chat. Make yourself known. Get yourself commenting in chat. Don't lurk. Lurkers suck. We want commenters and people interacting, and more importantly, what your opinions are on who's going to win.
Yeah.
And this is where someone says, "You suck."
Who's this fucking Mickey lad? Get him off.
Get him up. Hey man, I do more energy streams than you do.
I was gonna say, I genuinely feel now that like people are like, who the fuck's Daryl? Where's Mickey? Why is Mickey not streaming?
It's because you do a hard job and can't necessarily be here on evenings.
Yeah, sometimes it's just for that. Like once this little shitty bit's gone away, then Scott, this is getting too close to being like factual. So just because we had a lovely chat, it depends on what you were chatting about. Just the fact that it has to be verified is very telling.
My bet is on Chris Eustace, just because we had a lovely chat. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you had a chat with Chris Eustace. You have to tell me what it's like, because I think he's a dickhead. No, he's not. Chris is actually great. Chris is a really good guy.
He is, and he's always pretty active. Well, not active, but he likes to respond to NRG posts as well, which is really cool.
And he's a memer. Who doesn't love a good old memer? Anyone who memes a little bit with me and Carlo is our friend. Hence the reason we like Charles Weasel. Hence the reason we hate Brett, because Brett doesn't know how to meme. Shout out to Brett. No, Brett's great as well. I wouldn't have had him on chat. I wouldn't have had him on stats chat if Brett wasn't awesome. Where's Chris based Manchester? No, I think he's London, like towards London. I'm at work and watching my phone, so I can't chat. No, it's alright, Pinky.
We need to definitely chastise Chris pretty significantly for the fact that he gave it the big lad fucking Billy Big Bollocks about turn one charge for me. Definitely did not happen.
And then
he got a sponsorship award and was trying to be a bad boy. Exactly. There you go, mate. You see, Bruce has got his fucking totally cut his cloth there. 100% trying to be Billy Big Balls yesterday.
He was. You know, he genuinely, like, this is, again, memeing aside, Chris was really worried. Chris actually genuinely thinks he's going to lose this game. He did some practice against Tom, and I think Tom...
What's his card? Daiwo's Further? That was 7, wasn't it?
That was 7. It's Stark 7, so right-hand side player 7. Oh, no, he's gone back to his hand. Because he saved all the saves, so he doesn't need to play it. Unless this...
Why is Northern Ferocity and Devastating Impact down here? And Tactical Regroup?
Did he discard them? He might have discarded them at the start of the turn. You got to mark them off if they're discarded, bro.
Mate, I didn't fucking see it. I was too busy talking shit.
I didn't see it because you're the one controlling it.
So,
Brett says we're all sexy. Brett, I'm pretty sure you've got a partner, so I don't know why you're trying to pick people up in the NRG chat. That's a bit weird. You know.
Can somebody clarify if Devastating Impact's the 4th one down? I believe it is.
It is, yeah. Verified couples. That's just a truth, not a meme. Susie typed that. Brett, I got some bad news for you. No. You can tell here that Daryl's trying really hard because he's looking off into the middle distance.
It's because they're really fucking small. I can't read them. So what was it? It was a Dev Impact. Did he end up playing? He has played Daiwo's Further.
Yeah, Daiwo's Further.
Northern Ferocity. Northern Ferocity is 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So shift the 2 and
It's 2,
7.
4, 7, 2, 4, 7, and then we saw
Stunman, it's Stunman.
superior positioning.
We've got no cards played on.
The far left hand side, Rob played.
Oh yeah. Superior positions 9.
I think it's superior. You might want to check it. There's a goddamn sausage fest in here. Yeah, it is. The best kind of fest. Interestingly,
Okay.
Chris took Varys onto the horses to retreat the Tullycav, which gives another point to Malius. But it does put the Tullycav obviously into a position where they can actually do something rather than just be stuck in combat, basically being pointless.
I've fucking drawn a blank on this one.
Attack group, it'll be... Which one is it? You have to check which card it is. I don't know which card it is.
Well, I know which one it is. It's a 9th one, but it's probably my fucking... Yeah, Brett, I think that's fairly... I think that's a secure bet.
For the first bit, yes. I'm not entirely convinced that George thinks it's open. I think if you told George that it was an open relationship with him, he'd be like, "Whoa, you with someone behind my back."
Be deviled.
Are you screwing with the hotkeys again?
Yeah, sorry, I'm missing something.
No, not really. Just the entire stream is missing something.
What is the entire stream missing?
It's all right.
Oh, the screen. Yeah.
This is the best camera angle. So while Daryl has problems with his life, sorry, I mean the stream, we saw the trappers there just getting a bit of a pivot with Harmer.
There you go. Done.
Awesome.
I just need to know what's that?
The fireball might be a little bit much each time.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, I think it is. The thing is,
why the fuck is that set to Control Z?
But Brett, you're not meant to tell people about it. The whole point was that it was meant to be a secret. That was at the same time that you told me exactly what the stats were on a new giant. In case people didn't know, a new giant has 30 wounds, and for each wound it's missing, it does D4 hits. Yeah, D4s are coming to the game of Song of Ice and Fire.
Nice.
Yeah. Never enough. I can only imagine that's never enough sausages, Dan. In which case, yes. True. Never enough sausages. So it's 2-0. We're only seeing the early activation. Give me a D12. Oh, Carlo. They wouldn't do such a thing. And D20, actually.
So wait, he's two purely because of Malius's
for
points for
yeah. Carlo, give me a D12 for my broadsword. Yes. Every man needs a broadsword.
Is this something to do with the RPG?
No, it's literally just a stupid way of saying broadsword. Do you not have a broadsword?
No. I use the remnants of my enemies. / friends.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Control
Hero quest over, yeah. Daryl's more of a rapier guy.
I mean, they've never proved it in court.
Space Monkey 82. Dan, that war pool though. Yeah, I'm not going to tell stream about the war pool just yet. That's for me and Carlo to do one day. I mean, that's only funny because we know who Rob is, and we're not talking about Rob Stark, although it would actually be funny if it was Rob Stark. But yeah, we'll tell that story on stream one day, maybe in a stats chat on Monday. Free folk attacked your life force directly. Yeah, everything attacks your life force directly, Brett. You just every time you lose a game, you like part of your soul is sucked away.
Hold on, isn't Brett playing Free Folk now?
No, he's playing Starks at the moment because he actually sold his soul.
Did he not play them on stream the other day? Or was he playing against them?
he was playing against Free Folk.
Ah.
And he was like, "Oh no, I can't possibly win against Free Folk." And then he played a couple of games and got really close wins against Free Folk. Was still really annoyed. Then went into the game and absolutely demolished Rohan. So, yeah, about that, Brett. But yeah, no. Brett lives and dies by winning. So when he beats a player, he sucks part of their soul out, and when he loses a game, part of his soul gets sucked out and transferred to the player. That's how it works.
Right, so I've done that one.
Yeah.
I've fixed it. Okay, I'm fixed. Let's go.
You're
Let's
fixed.
go. Yeah. If anyone played any cards, yeah, I'm gonna be really pissed off. No, they didn't.
They both played all their cards.
Instantaneously. Right. No more fireballs.
Like Shao Kahn. Yeah, right. Brett is about he is like Shao Kahn.
Nah, it's Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung's the soul sucker.
Shang Tsung. Right. Okay.
Your soul is mine.
That's definitely what he does.
It's exactly what he says. Don't make us get it up on YouTube, Mickey, because I will.
It's true though, because if anyone beats Brett, they were always like, "Yes, I beat Brett, and Brett's good, so yeah, woo!" And they get really hyped. And Brett's like, "Oh man, I lost." And if Brett wins, he's like, "Oh yeah, that was a good game." But then secretly, he's like, "Heh, heh, heh, heh."
Yeah, it's like Highlander, isn't it? It's like there's only one way to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, that's what I thought you said as well. Alright, nice one. Psycho Steve.
Yeah.
Take it in a bit.
Yeah, no worries, Steve. Yeah, take it easy, mate. Have a good evening. Brett, pretty sure when Doxy's crushed my MOD list with Jorah Targs, my life was... Yeah, I mean, probably. That is actually pretty savage, Brett. But Doxy's is deceptively good, right? He's deceptively good. Groose immediately hearing about MODs losing is like, "What?
What? I refuse to believe, yeah. In all fairness, so I'm playing in a team with a load of guys from Europe for the TSL second league, and one of the guys asked if he could practice against us with a Lannister list, and it was a High Sparrow list with just a fucking shitload of poor fellows, and he almost beat me. It was 11-9, I think I won, but it. Oh yeah, 2 seconds. I'll have to look on my Discord.
I remember someone running that list, so I wondered if yeah.
What was it called? Yeah, can't remember.
Oh well, pretty bad.
Shabaloo.
Yeah, Shabaloo, the French guy. He's really good.
Yeah. So I'm playing with TTS, Shabaloo, and someone else.
TTS as well. TTS is awesome as well.
TTS,
they're really awesome.
TTS is a fucking gentleman, by the way. I had such a good game, and like, in all fairness, it was like really lucky for me. He lost 2 units of Rose Knights to fucking panic tests, which never should ever happen. Yeah, man. And he was kind of like, even then he was kind of like, fucking, this is pretty bad, like, but that's how it goes. And I was just like, when you're playing a game and you're like, shit, I'm sorry, mate, because it just doesn't. It's not a good experience, really, is it?
Did we just see? Is that Styr on the far right side who just got absolutely murked by that unit of berserkers with Brown?
No, it's not Steer. Steer is back here.
All right. Is that just unit trappers on the far right side?
Yeah, just trappers. Yeah.
Right, fair. You should probably pay attention to the game, shouldn't you?
Yeah, sorry. Were any cards played? Oh yeah,
no.
there is. Winter's coming.
Oh, we just play Winter. He must have just played Winter.
Well, hey, look at that straight away. Did it work?
I get a delay because I'm watching it. Yeah, it did work. Yeah.
Fucking get in, man.
We're getting there. You'll get good at this one.
Fucking genius. But this is the argument that I've always had about this game, right? Look at how many tactics cards the star players already use. Look at how many tactics cards free folk players use.
Oh, will you shut up about complaining about this free folk deck? Jesus Christ, Daryl. Like, until you get good with free folk, like, maybe then you'll learn how to use the deck.
I think you'll find that I am in the Hall of Champions, by the way, and you are not. And I believe I got there playing...
Free
Who
folk.
was it? Oh yeah, that's right, Mickey. It was free folk.
But you were playing in the first builder and you got Harmer and Steyr, so I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, if we go by your reckoning, mate, you know, I'm obviously a fucking total inebriate when it comes to games, so I should
You are.
definitely never have won. Yeah, Colo, you're
No,
right. He did discard three of them. He did
you won,
discard.
you won it fair and square.
I had a couple of hard games.
Yeah.
No, I used Night's Watch in the NRG, the first NRG league.
And that's the one where he positioned that. I just remember you constantly misposition that unit of conscripts, and they'd spend the first 3 turns maneuvering around
Oh
the
my
board.
god, I know.
Oh, that was savage.
Yeah. Fucking Dan, the only thing that the fucking free folk deck's overpowered for is I can't actually think of anything witty because it's not.
Swift
shit.
Advance is broken.
I mean, it's okay.
It is.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's broken.
yeah, but the Swift Advance was broken, but doesn't make up for. I mean, if you've got it in a deck like the Starks deck, yeah, it's great. But
Well, if you think about it, this is. I mean, yes, the ways that yeah, we should actually probably have extra discarded cards now. So Carlo, actually, I was going to ask you this out of stream, but fuck it, I'll ask you on stream. We should build a website and do it that way, and build an app for it. And build it on Twitch extension perhaps, but doing it through loads of different images and things like that is just not good. We need it to be an interactive thing rather than just loading a load of images, which is at the moment. Would a fair counter what next?
this is
No, because it got played. It was just terrible. Nice wee
hey
there.
man,
Yeah,
Mickey's put a fucking shitload of work into this stuff, man.
build it half built a Twitch extension. Thank you, Carlo. Half built because I actually kind of have been asked to ever finish anything because
Scott, with the points changes to free folk, the deck needs to be better. It has to be better.
I think you'll find it's different. I don't think it'll be better. I think it'll be different. Yeah, it's true. When they do get released in 2025, we'll see what the faction decks are like.
So we'll see what our schedule's like next week for people's availability to have the game streamed. But if not, I might have a game with Greyjoys and stream that because I really want to see what it's like.
Greyjoys are really good. Honestly, I've played them a couple of times. I fully recommend give them a try. I don't actually think the tactics deck is very good, but they were fun to play.
Cool.
I used to hate them. Like when I first saw them, I was like, ugh. And then I played them, and I was like, oh, that's not actually too bad.
Scott, I would, although it pains us to say it, I would actually just print and stick it over the old ones, because, yeah, fuck the distro problems.
Carl saying since visions have slowed down to once every 2 weeks, so we're assuming Q3 release for updates. Carl, you're assuming that they're slowed down for once every 2 weeks. For all we know, there could be once every month now. Like trying to put a time limit or a price or an understanding on when they're going to do things. Yeah. I wouldn't even try and work it out. It's not worth the effort.
Scott's Targaryen card, the fucking perfect charge. When Daenerys' unit makes an action, win the game, yeah. Khal Drogo may be attached to this unit times 10. And each time it gets a new ability.
I think Scott could lose with those things though.
Yeah. Yep.
Lockerbie, I just finally saw your thing there, Lockerbie. Still disappointed I did not see Mammoths yesterday. Yeah, I shouldn't. Not playing Mammoths was the right call. Playing Mammoths in that game was probably not a good call. Because the Dervishes tech alongside the Knights of Castle Rock, really dangerous alongside Cersei for the Mammoth. But yeah, I'm sorry, Lockerbie. You'll see Mammoths one day on the board, piloted by me. But you get to see Malius pilot them today. Although I don't really know if he's piloting a Mammoth so much as kind of like generally trying to herd it.
Yeah. He's making it pivot.
pissing in the wind. That's probably unwise, especially if it's towards the wind stovetop, because you'll just end up with piss all over your legs. You want to see Wally Big Monsters? What Wally? Woolly. Jesus, I can't read. Yeah. We should get that picture of Charles back up because he was a woolly big monster.
Really? It does say Wally like. Other mums like make up your fucking mind, boss.
Remember, he's not English.
Where's Lucky from?
German. German,
Oh.
I think, if I remember rightly. Lockerbie's
Excellent.
German. You'd like Lockerbie. Lockerbie plays he used to run Guild Ball tournaments and like Infinity stuff and things.
Oh,
I'm pretty
fucking,
sure.
that's sweet. Somebody with some taste. Did you? Was it the Morticians?
You just randomly bumped into a guy who bought you this thing one time, and you're like completely out of it.
I've bought and sold a lot of things in my life.
There's some sex jokes in there that I'm not going to go down.
Human trafficking is okay in some circumstances.
Okay, we've reached peak 2020 now.
yeah. Just to clarify, that was me being sarcastic. Cool. Did it arrive okay? You asked us about colour scheme on the Morticians and stuff, didn't you? I vaguely remember. Man, I've rebought all of the stuff that I sold.
See you later, Carl. Good luck at.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Good to see you again. I'm going to try and convince Carlo and Mickey to play. Good man, good. I take pride in packing my models properly when I sell them to people. I'm trying to convince Carlo and Mickey to play some Guild Ball, but Mickey actually told me that he does not like competitive. That was his excuse for not wanting to play. He does not like competitive games.
I didn't say that exactly. That's not exactly what I said.
Do you know what it is? I'm going to fucking Google it. I'm going to search it in my... you say you don't enjoy competitive games. So Swift Advance has been played as well, which is...
Yeah, Swift Advance has just come down.
5.
Yeah.
Hashtag bullshit. Exactly, Dan. You need to play as well, though, because it's fucking awesome. I've got enough models for everyone.
I'm not gonna lie. I opened up a tab the other day to look at some Infinity models.
Good. Anything faction-wise that caught you? Aye.
No, just the whole website. Literally, I was like,
it's model porn, isn't it?
But like, I was just looking. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He probably said, I don't like always losing competitive games to Carlo. Dan, that's bullshit, man. I've seen you play this game enough times.
Dan doesn't like competitive. No, genuinely, Dan doesn't like competitive wargame that much. He can be competitive. He likes to play like competitive games, but he doesn't like to play in a competitive way. He wants to play to actually enjoy the game. I tell you what, Dan's really good at. Dan's an absolutely fucking phenomenal DM/GM.
Shut up, man.
He did some stuff for us with Warhammer Fantasy Battles. He was absolutely, yeah. He's all about, man is all about the fluff.
I wish I knew that. I'm desperate for some. I'm so sick of GMing campaigns. I'm just desperate to play in a campaign. Dan, next time you're in a campaign, let me play, man. I'm fucking sick of it.
We threw him in it. We said I think Rob wanted to start it up. Rob started it with like John and things like that, and we kind of like passed it around, and he GM'd one, and it was sick. It was really sick. Lockerbie, GB was my big love. Go Ball. Told Mickey and the others how much I had. Yeah, just every team except the Butchers. Yeah. Then came the big and nice announcement. Yeah, obviously games getting unsupported was pretty sad.
There's a community edition, and it's literally starting tomorrow. They're having a big, like forum tomorrow, where they're gonna decide on the direction. And I'm glad, because community editions are fucking awesome. Look at 9th Age. Colo actually memed, fucking hell.
Carlo bot's getting tired.
Yeah. No, he did genuinely meme. He actually memed. Yeah, in all fairness, last time it was here actually. Colo was Dan played you here, didn't he? And it was he played Roderick Commander.
Yeah, the
that was that when Colo broke. Oh no, it was Scott that broke my microphone.
Yeah, Dan's moved to Night's Watch actually, and that's not a power thing. His Night's Watch army's sick.
Yeah, man. It's so for the full time I've known him. The first time I ever met him, actually, he played Night's Watch at Battle Bunker, and everyone was just like, "Whoa," because he did some pretty major conversion on that army. Like, it's the activation tokens with the zombicide crews as well.
Yeah, literally every single model in Dan's Night's Watch army is different. Like, the man's insane. Like, in a good way, obviously. We've still not seen a card come out from Malius. So we've seen none of Styles cards, and we've seen no Swift Advance or anything like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Jesus.
Still sat on these sort of 7 cards now.
I don't know if Malius is just waiting to like do this big kind of like explosive thing. Or he feels like he doesn't.
Or maybe he's doing what you told me not to do and hold on to a load of cards that you don't need.
I mean, might be, yeah. Well, he fell for the debate, I think, on turn 1. He took Letters turn 1 as free folk, which is good if your hand is good. But if your hand is not good with your first 3 cards, most of the time taking Letters is not that good with free folk because there's other things you can do. It does mean, obviously, it denies the opponent's ability to take Letters. But yeah, I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
Mickey, do you know what I made yesterday?
Go on.
Old school rice pudding.
Oh, you know, interesting fact. I absolutely freaking hate rice pudding.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah, man. I had really bad experiences when I was young. Absolutely hate the stuff.
Bad experiences with rice pudding? What? Yeah. How can you have a fucking bad experience with rice pudding?
Like, I don't even know how to explain this, Daryl. It brings up PTSD, to be honest, mate.
It's... I'm going to pretend... Scott. You know what it is? I'm just not going to respond to it because that's the only thing that I can possibly think of that would cause any sort of mental trauma. How incredulous I said that. Yeah, I mean, who? It's fucking rice pudding, man. It's milk, rice, and nutmeg. Like, what the fuck? Where did you put the rice pudding to have that bad of a time with it?
Yeah. So Lockery's right. Yeah, I had it literally. I had it when I was younger, and it genuinely just wasn't nice. I absolutely hated it. And I think it's because it was like my grandma, or like
fried rice pudding.
Grandma made it, and it was just like awful. It was like far too milky or like far too nutmeggy or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember, like, as a young child, I was like, "What on earth is this disgusting like gruel being stuffed into my face?"
This is grotesque. Yeah. Well, rest assured, mine's very nice.
I'm glad. I'll probably try some of yours. Another interesting one. Spaghetti bolognese, right? Harmless, absolutely harmless food, right? No one really hates spaghetti bolognese. There's not much to hate about it, right? My same grandma made spaghetti bolognese, and I kid you not, I think I vomited.
What?
It was absolutely disgusting.
How can you make bad spaghetti bolognese, man? Like, it's easy to make mediocre spaghetti bolognese, but bad, it's like fucking...
You've actually got to try.
Yeah.
You've got to try, and yeah.
Scott, thank you. Appreciate it. You only say next, I fucking feed you when you're at my house.
Hang on, Bolton Skincare's just joined. Wasn't he Sunday Slaughter here earlier?
Yeah.
Has he changed skin?
This is what I was saying yesterday, man. He was like it's his fucking incognito one.
No. Hang on. This is
This is
literal...
the original one. Yeah.
This is law, man. This is law. He's a fucking warg. He's literally just warged into someone else. Mad.
Yeah, that's right, man. The I remember the engineers. They had like the checkerboard. And...
I'm a bit confused. So,
whereabouts in Germany are you from?
going back to the game quickly, we've not seen the Mammoth do anything this turn. We've
Absolutely
not seen
nothing.
The Tully Cavaliers really do much. They got charged at the start of the turn, saved everything, and then walked away.
3 bottles of red wine. Fucking hell. I'm listening. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people are just skewing the viewership numbers. I feel like Chris isn't using the most of his explosive potential. Really, I don't really know what his plan is. 2-0 down, and it looks like he's not actually going anywhere. That being said, he has nearly killed a unit, but you know.
So do you think you could pivot? What the fuck?
What is this?
So I thought you'd be going for Harmer. Like Harmer seems like someone to get rid of. Attachment is very useful. Attachment, you know what I mean? Like handing out all that free movement.
Is he just pivoting to here to then charge the cave dwellers and to get out of the way of the mammoth?
Yeah, but
you will slaughter cave dwellers from the charge because they have 0 armor.
but they've got fantastic morale.
Yes, but you can easily do 9. You can easily do 9 wounds with Tully Cavaliers. Sorry, 12 wounds. What?
So Dan, in this game mode, there is one of the there's 6 missions that you need to take. 2 of which are compulsory, and one of the cards is a card that allows you to steal the turn if you are if you're behind in points. So what Mickey was suggesting was he forcefully let himself go behind on points by playing into Malius's not win condition, but mission card, which is this one.
So I've posted in chat a link there for the new game modes, the 2021 game modes that have just been released a month ago now. All the objective cards are like really at the bottom. But yeah, continue. Go on.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. The missions.
Yeah.
The missions seem pretty good.
The objectives are way better than the old ones used to be.
Yeah.
I still don't. It's weird. I don't know if I enjoy the new Winds of Winter. I think I don't. Which is really weird because I think it's entirely a skill-based matchup. I don't think there's any luck in it.
So hold on a minute. Did he really just maneuver those Tully Cavaliers all the way out of the way of those cave dwellers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't understand.
Yeah, me either. It's okay.
Chris is doing it.
Just let him do him.
He's definitely going to take. He's getting out of the way of the mammoth, I guess, which is the start. But Matt's only going to do 2 wounds plus D3. It's not even going to kill a rank of the Tully Cavs.
Yeah.
But it's still wounds. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like we know Chris is going to play the card that gets him first turn next turn, right? He should just play the card. Otherwise, he's just going to get tied up. He's going to lose more ground, and he's not going to go anywhere.
He's going to trample over his own unit.
No, it's just maneuvering. I think it's just maneuvering. It's just another maneuver.
Do they look at a cavalry turn? A cavalry move?
6 inches, but no cav. I mean, if they had cav, it would be stupid because they could do the cab move and turn it into a trample. And you could do your activation would be trample followed by trample. Which, by the way, would be really good. Stompy should trample more. Definitely.
Swift advance is
infantry only.
Infantry only, isn't it? So.
Although, I mean, mammoths are basically infantry, right? They walk on their legs. They're not on like a steed or anything like that, right?
Well, surely a horse walks on its legs as well.
Yeah, but the man is on top of the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Done.
Where's Wub Wub? Wub Wub riding the back of his mammoth. Was it Wub Wub? What was he called?
1-1.
Wun
Is it
Wun.
1-1?
That was it. Wun Wun. Yeah. Wub Wub's like type of
We got a
music.
card discard. Stark, the free foot players played a card.
Surrounded and exposed.
Oh, really? I might have played Surround Exposed at the start of turn, maybe. The unit lost abilities, didn't see it played.
Look at that first fucking time.
And we saw Stark discard a load of cards as well. Yet
Nope.
again.
No, he hasn't.
Is
One,
it
two,
not?
three. Oh no, he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he played another Divos. So what's he done? So Northern Frost, Divos further, Dev Impact, Swift Advance, Divos further, Winter's Coming.
The second Direwolf ever? Is it double Direwolf?
Yes.
Test your knowledge out here. You need
Done
that
it.
second.
Yeah, done it.
Smashed it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, done. Yeah.
Bolton Skincare saying wub wub in chat.
Wub, yeah. That's fucking type of music, innit?
It's dubstep.
That's what all you youngsters listening to.
Wub wub.
So sorry if you heard that microphone bang. So Chris has played obviously the steel priority objective card and got 1 point for it, and Malius has played point for every objective he controls.
Right, so that's
Warp
5 points
step.
on the board for Malius if he wants it now, or if he can. I don't think he can, but
Chris, I was listening to your podcast earlier, and what you were talking about making lists, and the lads were talking about making lists based on metal band names. Now I don't know how metal you are, but I'm pretty metal, and I was coming up with a stock list. I was going to call it Wolves in the Throne Room. There's a test of how metal you are. I think that should definitely be considered. I listened whilst I was brewing today. I brewed 40 odd litres of rye pale ale with some lovely Southern Cross hops. My house smelled like a weed farm. It was exceptional. I want to see the mouse do a river dance on those guys. I think we'll all do just to see it do something, regardless of who we're rooting for.
this is quite a slow game in terms of. I don't mean in terms of action, but like in terms of or like actual pace of the game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, no, pace of the game. The actual game is not that slow.
Action, yeah. So
there's not much happening on the board at the moment. It seems like they're both playing very cagey. Like there's been 2 attacks basically in the entire game.
yeah, Chris, it's some heavy shit. It's like wearing spiked armbands and playing some pretty heavy stuff in the middle of a forest and burning churches. I've dabbled a little bit, but they're not a go-to.
This is the point where like Chris is like, I play in that band.
Actually,
I think you'll find our music is very good.
yeah, I own that band.
That wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Chris owned a band. I mean, the man owns a dog called Rosie #Chainsaw. So I mean, I say owns a dog. It's probably pretty bad. The dog owns him.
So I'm more into like either death, like proper like Cannibal Corpse style death metal, or Black Dahlia Murder, my favourite band. But I like a bit of black metal as well. Behemoth, one of my favourites. I do like some of the newer like more techie stuff as well, but Murderface. Need to name it like Kinslayer or something like that. Not Kin. That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits.
That ain't enough. Well,
No,
actually, it might be.
That's definitely not like.
No.
Black Dahlia Murder are absolutely phenomenal, best band in the entire world, without a doubt. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
Otherwise.
And also, Animals is good to listen to. I really like Tobin as a artist, but I don't like. I'm not like super into their music. I tell you who I listen to a shitload of, a band called Spirit Box. It's the singer and guitarist that used to be in I Wrestled the Bear once. The LaPlants, they're fucking awesome. Man, honestly, if you haven't listened to Spirit Box, you need to listen. If you like that newer sort of like progressive sort of metally, metalcore-y, techie stuff, it's good. Yikes. So we're seeing, it's Catlin.
Mhm.
And we're
Coming
seeing
down.
Hit and Run. Spirit Box are
Yep.
unbelievable, mate. Listen to this fucking...
Oh, that must have been played.
I have, mate, yeah.
The hit and run must have been played after the attack, so he now retreats, but he doesn't control horses, so he can retreat up to what 11, with the Tullycav, but they don't become weakened. Ugh, it doesn't feel good. To be honest, it doesn't feel very good. That the Tullycav charge only just killed 5 models. That's
There. So you... cheers, Gil. Thanks for popping by, mate.
yeah. Cheers, man. You take it easy, man.
Did I not give you all my rollers, Scott? If you haven't got them, Phil has. And that's a pass morale. Was one of them not the cobblestones? I'll have a look. It's runic and base. Alright, okay. It'll be, I think it's in my drawer. I literally can't get to my stuff at the minute though, because I've got loads of stuff pushed up against it. Oh, that's a disorderly charge.
Oh, yep.
So I've got a unit of raiders going into, well, I think that might have been Final Strike. Oh yeah, so Final Strike was used
Yeah,
for.
Final Strike. Yeah.
That's number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 4s, right? Because there's no one else involved. So that's 5.
They need some friends.
Yikes.
5 hits.
It's lost 1
Only
wound.
one fail. Yeah. I mean, it's a panic test, but these guys are what, morale 5 base anyway for the Willward.
Yeah.
I think that's right, isn't it?
Because they don't give that aura to themselves, do they? It's other units.
Although the new version of Emboldened does, in the new version, so that would be interesting. And as they say, fun and interactive gameplay.
So seeing the ginger one go on the crowns.
The ginger one?
Sansa.
Yeah, I genuinely thought you meant Ygritte there, but realised she's not in the game. Yes. Sansa. Oh, is she ginger? I thought she was like brunette, light brunette. I don't know.
If Sansa is a light brunette, I'll show him yours from the next window.
Okay. Get ready to reveal the butt.
There you go. Sounds like it was ginger spice.
Ah, fair enough. Oh, of course she's ginger. I feel like an idiot now.
Lady Val activation getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
See anything draw bead on those sworn swords.
He could probably hit them and pivot out, but he'd probably have to go over the top of his own cave dwellers in
Yeah.
the process.
Which is a problem, isn't it?
Yes. Usually killing D3 plus 2 of your own cave dwellers is not a particularly clever idea. Especially given the absolute terribleness that they are when they go down to 1 rank.
I'm wondering if I'm going to start using dwellers a bit more now, because when they went up in points and lost,
It was losing the bonus on
the
1 rank.
bonus before they've done any damage. Yeah, it was a big kick in the teeth for them.
It made them. The funny thing is it made them from really good to both changes made them really bad. Like,
yeah, I think if I had received one of the changes, it would have been fair.
Again, me and Weasel talked about this in depth. The problem actually was never about how strong cave dwellers were. It's just that in the majority of free folk stuff, because you don't have the support and the longevity and the sustain that other factions do, like, cave dwellers are just objectively bad compared to everything else. Compared to insignificant, like, they're just objectively bad because they die at, generally speaking, the same rate.
Yeah.
And now you have to pay a point for them, and their damage output's not actually that significantly higher on their own.
No, because it was a 754.
Yeah, 754. There's only one more dice than Raiders, and they hit on 4+ as well. They don't even have gang up.
Yeah.
And if you get the +1 to hit and +1 attack dice, so 3+ hitting with 8 dice, yeah, that's suddenly pretty good. What made them decent was actually the smooth 6. That's what made them good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they end up being too good at demolishing units, like first and full ranks. But yeah.
Looks like that unit of berserkers is going 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
This is a
hit on 3s.
Probably a very dead unit.
I would be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah, 6 hits. He has to save 4 of these to survive, and then pass the panic.
That good old endless horde. I'm not going to delete my unit. I'm just going to move it.
So I prefer moving units anyway, because you can tell what died at the end of the game. Working out unit destroy points. Plus, unlike the real world, you can just replicate things really quickly. Copy and paste is a brilliant thing. Free folk getting double tapped, you don't say. Yeah. So, I mean, there's points for each objective at the end of this round, remember? And it is currently 2-0. They've forgotten to give Chris the victory point for the card that he played, objective card that he played. So it should have been 2-1, it should be. And there are 5 victory points up for grabs on the board. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look good for Chris. Yeah,
I wonder why he's not. Yeah.
I don't wonder why he's not covering this as well. It doesn't look good for Chris. It doesn't look good at all. But actually, he's not lost a lot of units in doing this, so he can probably just play for the wipe at this point. I wonder if that's the play he's going to go for.
So he's purposely chosen to not fully cover that.
Looks like it. Seems like a
What?
little bit of a stupid positioning to me. I mean, maybe he doesn't want the point? I don't know. Maybe he couldn't actually fully cover it. Maybe he couldn't.
He did. You only moved up to 5 there.
Hmm. Yeah, that unit's probably just gonna be YOLOing in. The wipe was the most likely strategy. Yeah. In which case, Tom, he's now getting on for 3 turns through the game. Yes, he's still got some big activations to come, but he's getting on for 3 activation. Halfway through the game, and yeah, to turn 1, nothing ever dies really. It's looking like he can't put enough damage out. Like with double Ender Sword available to Malius, nowhere stopping it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Chris is onto the right boat at the moment of getting enough damage in.
Taking 2 hits there. Saving on 5
right?
5 plus, right? 1 save.
Yeah. I mean, even if he takes it, they're not going to pass. They're not going to fail the panic test. They got a Weirwood and their Berserkers.
Yeah, we all thought that was going to be his objective.
I have a feeling we're going to see a Direwolf sacrifice to get Winter is Coming.
Yeah.
Not Winter is Coming, as North Remembers played, and reactivate one of these deadly units to get some damage in. I'd almost like to see it if we're going to see it on anything on the Starksworn Swords, because once the Starksworn Swords get into combat, they become absolute monsters. As do Berserkers. You know, these are both really monstrous units.
Rob just grants extra movement, right?
No, that's the commander attachment. Sorry, the attachment version. Yeah, the commander version gives an auto disorderly charge to a unit in long range.
Once per game, yeah.
Well, once per round, yeah.
Oh, once per round. It's an order.
Yeah, it's an order to auto disorder charge.
Nice.
Really good against Targs.
Yeah. So North remembers when a friendly unit is destroyed. So who's destroyed? One of the wolves.
Did he YOLO one of the wolves over the stakes? Or there were 3 wolves at the back. Where are they now?
Did anyone see what happened to the wolf? Where did he put the Scott taggers in it? Are they good? How did the wolf die, Dan?
How did the wolf die? These are the questions.
Is that 2 North remembers now?
I thought it was only 1, wasn't it?
Died to traps.
Traps. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So he's chosen to do that. He's chosen to kill the wolf there. Because you can choose, of course, not to move.
Ideally, he should be moving those guys along for an attack, shouldn't he?
Probably, yeah. I think it's probably the right idea.
I was good to see the change to crit blow and precision, like.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean the combo not going off in the way that it used to. that's obviously a really good thing in the long run. Like the combination of those two things is a problem, right?
It wasn't super easy to get though, was it?
It was too easy to get. It was too easy to get. Common. You're right. The problem is it was in the factions that could do it. We saw it with Barristan and Selmy and Targs. Now Barristan Commander and Targs with like Unsullied is not a great combination. Like it's not OP, and it kind of Commander and Unsullied 9-point unit. You kind of want something like that. But the problem is that it was also possible in Sirio Pharrell Sworn Swords for 7 points. So yeah, that's a problem.
Fucking hell, yeah, Scott. So, why did you do Viserion Blue though? So James Wapple's just put his Mother of Dragons set up on the Song of Ice and Fire group. That man knows how to paint, yeah.
Sounds like a paint, but he paints with oils, right?
No, he uses his own. He's got his own line of
Is it
his own line of acrylics, yeah.
I didn't realize he was an acrylic. I thought it's oil, isn't it? It's definitely oil.
Nah, man, he's got oil paints don't come in dropper bottles. They're too thick.
There's no way he paints that with.
Of course there is, man. Acrylics are all the mediums are the same, man. If you're good, you're just fucking good. Some of the people that me and Scott talk about on Instagram, there's this Russian lass. She was painting Mortorian. I think it was Mortorian that were the one that we were talking about last. And she did loads of freehand Death's Head moth sort of stuff on his wings, and so it made it moth's wings for his wings, and she had done eyeballs inside some of it and stuff, and it was just all acrylic, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, Carlo, I see. The problem is stuff like the denying of charges is, I think, it sounds like a shitty thing to say, but it's beyond what I think they expected the game to be. I think the meta and the competitive scene has developed the game's mechanics quite organically for things like that to happen. But I don't think that was ever in their vision. I don't think they ever thought we're going to, have the ability to deny charges by doing this, that, and the other. So you're right, yeah, they haven't factored it into the design of, which is a shame, but hey ho.
I do think it's very easy to criticize the designers. Yeah, Stark Fury definitely going to be used here, surely.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's enough to kill a unit.
Yeah. So this is the thing, the designers may not have factored these things in. It's very easy to take shots at the designers.
I'm not taking. I'm not taking shots at them. Yeah, I'm not. What I'm not saying this. So this is what I meant by organically. I didn't say that they're too stupid to realise that it happened. What I'm saying is I don't think they ever factored that into being part of the game. I don't think they ever played the game enough or deep dived the mechanics to think, just in 40k when people daisy chain stuffed objectives and buff give it, when people used to daisy chain a line of 40 orcs all the way back to Gazgul so that the whole 40 orc unit could get an extra 2 attacks or whatever. I don't think the designers ever thought this could happen, but players always break games. That's how it's their goal in life.
Sure, definitely. But this is where a good design team should know that.
Yeah.
That's my criticism.
So we're
it's fair enough that they might not have made it good.
A regroup and reform, which there's a past panic test, by the way. passed the panic test, but they're removing that unit for some reason. Remove up to 4 models total from another friendly. So, he's actually just chosen to sacrifice that unit of raiders at the front there.
Interesting.
To clear
To heal
a
up the cave
space.
dwellers?
Yeah, heal up the cave dwellers, and to clear a space for a charge from the cave dwellers.
Mm-hmm. He probably will have Steer's Vengeance, although he already lost a unit this turn, so he didn't actually need Steer's Vengeance. He didn't need a target to die because the trappers had died at the start of the turn. What I don't understand about this, I mean, I do understand about it. It heals the cave dwellers up. It allows them to charge the Tully Cavaliers. They're going to be charging a unit that's got 1 rank, so they're going to get rank bonuses, and they can even align to the flank here. And technically speaking, because of the way that these are aligned, it does actually drag the Sworn Swords into combat with the cave dwellers, because by definition, it must have been touching them. So he can actually choose to do that if he wants to. He chooses not to. I mean, this is his best shot at killing the Tully Cavaliers. Probably.
So what's he going to take? Is he going to take the +1 to hit, or the like Vicious isn't really going to be a big deal here, is it?
You can't pick Vicious on them anymore.
Oh, sorry,
it's +1 to hit, Sundering, vulnerable. +1 to hit and +1 attack.
I
Sundering,
think Sundering's probably a good idea. Because you've got your rerolls.
Sundering's okay. You got your rerolls. I'd still take the +1 dice and the +1 to hit, probably.
You can't take both. They've only missing 1 rank.
Yeah, you take it's +1 to hit and +1 dice. It's 1 bonus. I wouldn't take Sundering.
That shows how long it's been since I've played the Cave Dwellers.
If you take the Sundering, you increase the damage by 25%. If you take +1 to hit, so hang on, you're rolling 7 dice.
7 dice, so he's taking the Sunder.
Yeah, he's be taking Sunder.
And it worked out well for him, 6 hits. So we're going to a 4+ save.
Yeah. That's marginally better than average.
So he's got a vulnerable token on there as well.
Don't know how I got the vulnerable token on there, because he didn't have it before, as far as I'm aware.
Was it not from Vance?
No, did he play another Surrounded and Exposed by any chance?
Thanks for the follow, Wolf. Wolfic, 92.
Wolfic, 92. Good year, 92. Assuming that was the year you were born, Wolfic. Good man. Yeah, did he play another Surrounded and Exposed?
Negative.
To get the... Don't know how he's got that vulnerable on there. Because it wasn't on there before.
So he rerolled...
He had...
8.
How many wounds did he take on the Tully Cav? Or is it not rolled yet?
Yeah, he has. So he's took 2 total.
Or 2 total wounds. And then pass the panic, which you'd expect.
Yeah. And we're seeing a tactical regroup. When a friendly combat unit activates, that unit may make a free retreat action and restore up to D3 wounds.
Oh, I hate this card.
Yeah. So who's activating?
It will be the Tully Cavaliers because they can retreat out of combat. If he rolls a 3 here, he heals to 2 ranks.
He did not. He rolled a 1.
So he's only on one. He's only on 1 rank. If he'd rolled the 2 ranks, he could of course just charge back in essentially at full power.
So it's going to be 3 + 3, right? Are they 3 as well? Or is that the 4? So it's 4 + 3 dice.
On 1 rank,
so
it'd be 7
dice, yeah. With the panicked.
Yeah, but they get crit blow sundering on the charge. He might, of course, choose not to charge them and just back off and take the objective behind him for an extra point.
He said, have they got Catlin on them? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, has got cat on them. Yeah, so they attack at the highest dice rolls anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 9 dice.
Oh,
Mance
took
dice
less.
because of Mance. Yeah, 8 dice because of Mance.
Mance took no, but Catelyn removes influences, doesn't she?
No.
Huh.
She just removes 1 token.
What was a D3 for? So we're in on the charge.
Assume he's rolling.
8
Let's
dice.
roll the charge. 8
Yeah,
dice.
he rolled a
'cause
6. He rolled a 6.
8 dice because of 9 dice -1 from Mance. Not a weakened token though, so this is going to hurt with a reroll. The Cave Dwellers would have become. Oh, we see a card play. What's the card?
Where was that?
Just next to
Northern
your hand.
Ferocity.
Northern Ferocity. So he gets Sundering and Vicious because of it being 1 rank, right? That is Northern Ferocity, isn't it?
It is. Northern Ferocity is gains Sundering, also gains Vicious if you control the swords, which he doesn't, again vulnerable, so it's literally just for Vicious. Which against the Dwellers are. Nah. So why is he rolling a panic test there before he's taking stuff? Oh, did he fail that many? He failed 6 and passed his test by miles.
Yep.
And we're going to see Steer's Vengeance, I believe.
Seer Vengeance reactivate. You could do. Or the Mammoth's going to charge the Starksworn Swords. Or he's just going to trample over the flank of them and do some damage. Or he's just going to go onto the middle objective and claim some points at the end of the round.
He's charging himself.
Wise move.
Can't claim objectives
can't
with
claim
Mammoth.
objectives with Mammoths, that's true. So he can't even claim the central objective with the Mammoth.
I think he's just putting a reminder of where he was.
You know you can use the store location thing now. Do people not know this?
I don't know that. How do you do that?
If you right click on a unit, you can hit store location, then you can move it wherever you want. Then if you aren't decided or you want to send the unit back to where it started, like if you're just testing movements, you can just hit recall location on the unit and it zaps it back to where you saved it.
That's very handy.
It is. Bartender is very good at building things into the mod to stop people having to faff on. That's a technical term, by the way, to faff. You think Mammoths need a buff? I agree, Lockerbury. I think Mammoths are underpowered and could do with several buffs. Yeah. I think Mammoths should be insignificant and you should get rid of the limit of 2.
And take them to 3 points each.
Still too weak, 2 points. Actually, make it a 1-point attachment that you take on a unit and it brings a free Mammoth.
Imagine. Uproar.
Skin changer Mammoths. It's actually something I never really realised. You talked about +2 move and should be able to claim objective. Nothing has a base movement over 6, does it?
It's because of the way the rulers are set out in it.
Yeah, nothing's base move 7. Bolton there agreeing with me. Mammoth needs insignificant. Yep, agreed.
So it's just moving over there, pivoting in front of them, catching the corner of the unit, D3 plus 1, right?
D3 plus ranks, so D3 plus 3.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a rare breed, Dan. I totally agree. Them and Wub Wub.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
the the EDM giant.
So for some reason, when I said it there, it just made me think of Dr. Zoidberg from Futurama. You know, with the.
I'm going to be having words with Chris Eustace after this. Like, he promises it was going to be a quick and bloody affair. I was expecting Red Wedding, not the wedding singer.
Oh,
What type of pizza did you have?
I had
Thanks, Dan.
Texas barbecue. No, not Texas barbecue. I had a spicy one, but then when I was putting the order together, I took off the jalapenos.
What has the point in that?
Because I wasn't feeling anything hot and spicy today. But all of the other ingredients on a hot and spicy were really good, so I changed the hot and spicy jalapenos for sweet corn, which I really like. So.
Oh, I do like a bit of sweet corn. We've got obviously a allotment behind the house, and the sweet corn that comes out the allotments is just
phenomenal. I'm a sweet corn fan.
mate. Trust
Big,
us,
big fan.
when you taste it like straight off the stalk, like no time in a packet or anything like that. It's just something else. It's like eating sweets. It seriously is.
Oh yeah. Space Monkey been a veggie all month. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get you taking sausage again one day. Sorry, eating sausage again one day.
Goblin sausage.
Goblin sausage, left, right, and centre.
Definitely not the type of goblins that you want to see.
No.
No goblin's a good goblin. Which campaign did you run, Dan? Or which module?
He did one mission. It was Warhammer Fantasy 4th Ed, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've got the 4th Ed rules. I think it was 4th Ed. Yeah, it was all based. It was based in the city of Mordheim.
Oh, nice.
Like we were all characters in Mordheim before Mordheim got hit by the comet.
The comet.
But then we were all characters who survived the comet blast and were catapulted like thousands of years into the future. Or hundreds of years, I should probably say.
I've always had a bit of a hard on for Skaven, so Mordheim's a good area. Yeah. Lots of warp.
Well, it's because everyone's involved in wartime. That's why it's such a good.
But they bought it because there's so much warpstone, don't they? There's just warpstone everywhere.
Warpstone. Sneak.
Did you ever play Dark Roman? That was on the PlayStation. It was like a real-time strategy. Shadow of the Horned Rat.
Shadow of the Horned Rat. Yeah, I played Shadow of the Horned Rat. Very briefly. I remember a mate owned it, and I would literally go around his house to play Shadow of the Horned Rat.
Yeah, man, so fucking good.
The fire wizard with the burning skull.
Mm-hmm.
That were just like home in. Oh man, that was so broken.
Yeah, just set a whole block of them on fire and just run around screaming.
That was good. Remember the Skaven campaign in that being really difficult?
Yeah, it was mega difficult. The intro cinematic where the gutter runner is like goes to assassinate the person in the wizard's tower. It's fucking awesome, man.
It is actually, for an early cinematic, it was really good.
Really good. Was that Warhammer Fantasy Role Playing Game 4th edition as well? Dan.
I don't know.
I'm just replying
I wonder if it was. I think I played it. sneak, sneak. Wobster.
Third. Was that one that had like proprietary dice? Or was it D6? I've been loving Wrath and Glory. I played I was talking about it yesterday. I played a game, I ran a game for some friends, and one of them plays like a Ministorum priest who's not actually a Ministorum priest. He's just convinced that he is, and he just walks around like proper like preaching, like obviously the Emperor's good word, and like role plays it really well. So he just walks around basically like an American pastor, like just proper screaming verse in people's faces, and he does it so convincingly that people just totally get on side with him or like are intimidated by his presence. It's fantastic. Right, what's happening? Had some another go by the oh shit, hold on. Tactical regroup. 9.
So the mammoth came through. It looks like the mammoth's come through, and is trampling on the infantry. It looks like he charged. Then, so hang on. Did he must have moved, charged, then activate and charged again. Has Chris Eustace still got unactivated units? He does, doesn't he?
Chris has got a unit of Sworn Swordsy and a
Yeah. So
a wolf.
as long as he's got unactivated units,
Oof, that's a
Malius
unit
can
gone.
still
Oh no.
play Steer's Vengeance. And I'm guessing Steer's Vengeance come out, right? Steer's Vengeance must have come out. There's no way that mammoth's got to there without.
No, there's no panic checks for the thing because it doesn't count as an attack.
No.
He
Rickon's
hasn't-
dead as well now, right? That's the Rickon is now dead, which means that the unit cannot die with Rickon, meaning it doesn't give the extra point.
Why is Rickon dead?
Armor's order was found.
Why is Rickon dead? Shouldn't it be Rickon should always be the last person to die in the unit, shouldn't he?
Oh god, we're not going to have this discussion, are we? No, is essentially the ruling on that. It specifically says that the ruling on Rickon is just a reminder of what the real rules are, which is attachments are the last to die. So you can order Rickon and Osha in any order you want. And for precisely this reason is why you should order Osha as the last model rather than Rickon, because then this unit never gives the extra VP up now because Rickon's not there. It's an unintended FAQ bug that wouldn't have existed if they didn't FAQ something, and because they FAQ'd it, it means that this exists.
So that needs addressed quickly. That's because that's a really fucking stupid thing to do.
Yes.
The whole intention of that model, just like Joffrey, is that he's the last model. So does that mean that Joffrey doesn't have to be the last one to die as well?
No, Joffrey has to, because there's no attachment you can put in Joffrey's unit that would mean that he wasn't the last model to die. Plus, the wording on Joffrey's card says when Joffrey dies. Rickon says when this unit dies, not when Rickon. It's an inconsistency in wording, Daryl. Which, come on, it's this game. Inconsistent wording should be not a surprise.
Carlo, that's how long it's been since I've played a game. Other than one practice game with some dragons, and the game that I played against Scott with dragons, and I decided that dragons were bust.
Yeah, Bruce, it doesn't exist in 2021. I'm convinced they just changed Rickon's wording to mean something that makes a lot more sense. Okay, quick question. Can I don't suppose you can check, can you? Do you think that Osha, lone Osha, can see the mammoth?
Yeah, no.
No, outside of Arc? No, it'd be outside.
It's not as if stock players needed anything else to fucking help them, is it? That's just So we're seeing Steer's Vengeance.
Which he can play because there is still a start of turn, even though he's out of activations, because of the Stark player still having activations himself. I mean, he can literally just clip the. How is Chris planning on scoring points? Well, he should be actually 1 point up. He should be at 3-1 at the moment. I have no idea how he's planning to score any more points.
I think his intention was to just wipe the board, but I think it's not going how he wanted it to.
Bit disappointed here because the Mammoth could definitely clip the Tally Cavaliers probably here.
Yeah.
With the movement. I mean, unless Chris deals with the Mammoth, he's going to suffer real hard. Like, it comes back to the early rounds, right? It comes back to the early rounds. I said that I was confused why Chris was dancing around with the Tally Cavaliers. I was confused why he was not engaging and being really hesitant, and he wasn't being aggressive. And he's afraid of the Mammoth, but like, if you're afraid of the Mammoth all game, it's just going to stay there and do nothing the whole game, and you're slowly going to lose.
Which he basically has now.
He's 3 points down. He's lost the card that lets him take first player, so he's gonna be second player next turn.
He's got 2 more runs as second player.
Yes, and
we're seeing another Seer's Vengeance.
Is that the second one this turn?
I seem to have some keys assigned to things that I'm pressing.
Good work.
And he's playing Group Assault as well. How's he playing Group Assault?
He's playing Group Assault now. He can't? Well, he can. He can play it. He just doesn't do anything. Unless the Mammoth is charging.
I was going to say, the Mammoth's not got a charge profile. 6 dice on 3+, yeah.
Yeah, so he's in combat, and he can play Group Assault now, because he's in combat, and it's not a disorderly charge. So he's going to play Group Assault on the Mammoth.
So he's getting, was this and Vicious?
So, no, Crit Blow Vicious. Crit Blow Sundering, Jesus. Crit Blow Sundering.
Yikes. Yikes. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Jesus.
9, 10 hits.
Yeah, that's 10 hits to the side of
on 5s.
On -2, so it's 5s.
Yeah, so that's a dead unit.
Yeah. That's GG, to be honest.
Yeah. Free folk have Vicious in the form of Bone Lords Chosen, Follows of the Bone, and Weeper hands out Vicious as well. Starve, he's already dead.
He is. He is now. That goes up to 5-1. It should be 5-1. It looks like Chris.
Right, so give it a break, Charles. I've literally had like a fucking several month break from games in general. So you should just be happy that I'm remembering as much as I am. I've missed like 2 FAQs. Fucking global pandemic, man. No time for fucking fun.
Or normal fun, for that matter.
Just forgotten it all. Exactly. Well, not at all. You just said the FAQ was like 6 months ago. I'm not entirely sure I can reach.
It's a long way to go. Yeah, you might have Swift Advance.
Still a 6, needing a 6. You don't even have the horse, so you can't dev impact or whatever it is. Which is the one that gives them an
He's
automatic
only
6.
move 5. What's this unit? Is this unit starts on as well?
The Storm Swords with Rob.
Oh, right. Yeah, they're not doing anything. Not anything of note, anyway.
Why is Malius getting 6 VP now?
Because at the end of the round, he scores 1 for the objective he's on in the far corner. Chris should be on 2 victory points. He's got 1 with the wolf and 1 from going first.
Mm-hmm.
So he should go to 2 here.
I think they've totally missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, have they just read it? No.
He should definitely go up to 2.
Chris, fucking the stocks have been hammered.
Yep.
Basically, they've just lost a unit of Sworn Swords, the Tully Calves from Rampaging Mammoth. They sacked a wolf to, well, maybe not intentionally, but they lost a wolf to traps. Used the Winter's Coming. He's 10 cards down now.
So the score should be 6-2. But yeah.
So we're waiting for submission cards here.
Yep.
End of the round, each objective control scores you 1.
Obviously we don't like to call games early nowadays. Chris is out. He's got 2 units on the board. What's his out?
So to me, so yeah, no, I don't think there is one personally. I think what his best bet is maybe if he can manage to one shot these over here.
Cave Dwellers?
No, not the Cave Dwellers. The raiders that they're attached to with steering. They might be able to pull far enough forwards with the reposition that they're not going to be in trouble. Although it's a 12-inch move, isn't it? But they could potentially get themselves out of the way without the Cave Dwellers taking any. So it's just a big retreat by the looks of it.
The only time you do move directly sideways and then you pivot, which interestingly means that he does dodge the stakes there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just if he travels over the stakes, he might have cleared that. I think he just might have cleared that. Yeah, I agree, Grease. I don't actually think
that wasn't a card, was it?
No, he did do the retreat and he rolled the stake damage. He went over the stakes.
I wonder if he intentionally maybe increase his dice pool.
I mean, he activated to do that rather than taking horses, which means he probably didn't want to give the victory point away.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's before it's opponent activates into you before you, isn't it? That one. It's that objective card, isn't it?
It's yeah. So if they claim an tactic zone before
Claiming
you do.
tactics. But yeah.
Or an actual self-sabotage, I don't think anything Chris can do can change things. Yeah. Yeah, he's fighting from the corner now, and I think his goose is cooked.
You know what else is? You know what isn't cooked though?
What?
His Groose.
Whoa. In all fairness, I think Malius was quite clever. So we were expecting that big turn one charge, but Malius was quite sort of reserved with the mammoth early on, wasn't it? He kept it sort of pending.
Yeah.
Which I'm presuming is protection from a turn one to decav charge, because that's losing a big pillar of damage, really, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, this was a masterclass by Malius, but I also think it was a complete and utter. It was a failure by Chris on Chris's part as well. He just didn't. The Tully Cav never did anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they charged he had a pretty lackluster attack onto the cave dwellers, but he didn't leverage what the Tully Cav can do. Now I know they had Mance on them,
Mm-hmm.
but you can take the money bags and with Cat and remove 2 tokens on the Tully Cav.
Yeah.
So you can take off Mance like being a threat with Caitlyn Starks. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a horrible feeling, like at the end of a game where you realise that you just didn't do anything. I think this comes back to when we started, when we all started hanging out, and one of the big takebacks from the games that we had with you and a lot of the advice, because me and Scott were pretty new to the game, was like there's only 6 rounds, so you've got to do something really every round. You can't just sit on stuff for ages. I mean, I know sometimes like being reserved is good, but I think really he should have been a nuclear missile. That unit of Cav should be a nuclear missile, and yeah, you might lose them fairly early, but if you can take out their big threats, you know that the rest of your stuff's got the quality to deal with the rest.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, it was a Lannister approach with a Stark army. A little bit, yeah.
Expecting people to come to you and kill themselves on your shields. I miss those days. The Cersei panic bombs, dropping
I don't.
8 models at a time. Yeah, well, yeah, but you play free folk.
Yeah, losing basically a unit a turn. Imagine if Melisandre existed in that meta.
Yeah.
You could like quite literally basically kill one-shot units.
Swift advance. So seeing this unit of trappers head their way down to the center objective here.
Yeah, he's just going to charge Robin the flank, right? Tie them up.
I think he's going to try and take that objective and
He could shoot them, I guess.
Stay out of range.
I don't know if I'd charge 5+ with rerolls. It's going to be 3 hits. Yeah, 3 hits. It's not going to kill the Dark Sworn Swords, to be honest. I'd do the shot. Yeah.
I think that's his plan. Yeah, so he's managed to finagle it so that his 2-inch shift will take him directly on top of that.
Yep. Where he could have just positioned
Just
where so it
use
was
the
even
nudge
clearer.
tool. Use the nudge tool.
He could definitely have positioned this so it was really obvious. So I don't know why he's done it like this. Because he's not over the token there.
Yeah, I think they both know that he could be.
Yeah, he should have just moved 8 inches forward and shot. I don't know. It's a personal thing, isn't it?
So we've got 4 hits there.
Yep.
Oof. That's 4 wounds as well, because it's a 5 save from the flank there.
Yep.
And a failed panic test as well.
And he's just killed Rob. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another VP.
That's a nail in the coffin. So at the end of this round, he's won purely because he's on the center objective and this objective.
It's crushing. It's a crushing loss.
Yeah.
For Chris, it's a crushing win for Malius. See where that will put Malius. Malius would go up from 6 points, and maybe go up to 10. So he'd currently go. He'd go up to 3rd in the table at the moment. We've still got the kind of top 2 players to play each other, where Deoxys and Winter is coming. They were top going into this round, I think. So they've still got to play, but they're the only other players that are going into this round unbeaten. So it will be me, Victoria, Rossi, Malius, and one of Deoxys or Winter is coming. And it looks like Rossi is going to get the submarine play of playing against someone who has lost a game. Which could actually well be, if I look there, either Deoxys or Winter is coming.
6 AM. Fuck that.
You're playing 6 AM tomorrow. That is brutally early, Tom. I am not going to be awake for that.
Mind you, it's Deoxys, isn't it? I'll be packing me back to go to work.
Make sure you post about it, how it goes, though, Tom. It'd be good to know what the result was, how the game went.
Oh, look at that! A double 6 on his saves as well.
Vulnerable.
No, he's not. He's not. Yeah, vulnerable. European Aussies.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So unfortunately, he still doesn't. That's a 9. He doesn't have vicious here.
I mean, did Rob survive? I thought you said it was failed. They failed their panic.
It was. Are they 6? Oh, they're 6 base, aren't they?
Did you troll me?
Yeah, maybe.
That's fine, as long as I know.
Now he's dead.
Now you're dead. If he did he hit him on the marched portion of the move? Because the pivot doesn't count as damage in the World Cup ruling. So.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean auto kills them. So I mean, this is just game over.
Get ready for the world's quickest after game breakdown. And give them a 3-minute timer each. He definitely has more than 9 VP, like. Oh, that was just from killing the wolf with the traps. Maneuvering himself onto there. Okay, so right in mid. that's it. What about sudden charge? I will have a look for you, Chris. So, just for this game mode.
In the tournament.
Yeah, so in this game mode, we had Barra versus Barra 12-4. Stark versus Lannister 12-4. Togs versus Starks 15-7. Barra versus Barra 5-5. Starks versus Barra 6-10. Lannister Stark 7-14. Stark Night's Watch 6-3. Night's Watch Lannister 14-3. So no, there's some pretty big gaps really.
All of the ones that ended up closer, interestingly. So the one that went at 5-5, the game that ended 6-3, and the game that ended 9-7. Even the game that ended 6-2, the opponent destroyed all enemy units. So although it was close in points, it was a wipe. So crushing. There's only one non-crushing game so far that's been played, which was Death versus Mr. Ray, and that was a 10-6 in favor of Baratheon over Stark. There's also Leica beat Free Folk against Baratheon was a non-crushing, but essentially every game this round has been crushing, except basically 2, which is interesting.
Final strike coming up.
It's all but 2 games crushing across the games we've seen so far, which is crazy actually. That was what, 1, 2, 3, 13 games if you include this one, and only 2 non-crushing. That's pretty damning.
Oof, just lost 4. No, actually lost more because of that's a full unit. Wow.
He's just lost his own unit.
Yeah, he lost it the final strike with Steer. Yeah.
Steer is good against Stark.
So before the end of the round, he's up to 11. And he's going to be scoring 1 for every point that he's holding. He could probably get onto. He probably can't get onto there, can he? But he's still got Val.
I mean, it doesn't actually matter at this point. He doesn't get more points for scoring by more VP. You know, he might as well just be like, right, it's just GG's. You know what I mean? It literally doesn't get anything extra.
Is there no points differential for?
No, not for, because we're using standard Swiss. We don't use points differential VP score differences. As long as it's crushing, he's got everything he needs. So effectively, the game is over now. I know it's not, but it might as well be over. Chris never got his second point for controlling going first. Savage. Absolutely savage.
Yeah, that was brutal. They're discussing something.
You wonder if the missions are a lie, like a bait to try and play a game that doesn't exist. I think the missions are a way of factions that can't kill things quickly to try and outscore or outpace the enemy that can kill quickly, to try and basically bait an army in to try and have to deal with them. Like, it would be a way of like Baratheons trying to get people to come and kill them, but Baratheons don't even score the victory points very well either. That's the only thing I can think of with the points system like that. I don't know.
Right, let's speak to the lads.
Go on. I'll hang around in here and wait till you come back.
In fire perspective, quite a new player.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gentlemen,
but yeah,
Hey mate, how you doing?
not bad, not bad. How are we doing? So
Uh,
You're doing better than me.
yeah, I can confirm that.
Now, Christopher, I've got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, what's that?
So, you were given a Billy Big Balls yesterday about turn 1 charges.
Yeah, I don't think I had the range to turn 1 in all fairness, but yeah, turn 2 I chickened out.
Turn 1, no, but turn 2, yeah.
Yeah, turn 2. Like we were just saying actually that I mean, not to take anything away from how he played, but the card combo he had when this mammoth just went absolutely ballistic
Yeah, it did.
was bad.
Yeah,
but
that was a fairly crushing blow, wasn't it?
I could have done more about it.
Yeah, I was quite lucky.
2.
I got all the stuff I needed at the start, basically. So I was able to play passive and wait for some kind of scrum to happen and then abuse the cards.
You showed quite a lot of restraint with the mammoth in the first few turns, which I think was interesting. I think
this was because of the cards.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were sort of, wondering why there was so much maneuvering and not because you're expecting them to just be a furry cruise missile most of the time, just pointed at the enemies and just hoping they go off, aren't you? So it was good to see some slightly more thought out play with them, which is pretty good.
It would have been dead if he'd have done that.
If I go for him, I mean, he took swords straight off, right? So I had to play around northern ferocity. So even if I charge the knights, I'm not gonna deal that much damage. Or if I trample them, and then if he hits me back with northern ferocity, it hurts.
Yeah.
So this is, and because you took it straight off, I was pretty sure you have this card.
Yeah.
And this is why I was protecting Mammoth, and I knew what kind of good cards I had in the hand. So just going ballistic with it, it would just die.
Yeah. That's understandable. They're not the most survivable thing in the world, are they? But once it got the way it wanted to go, and like you said, you had that combination of cards which just allowed it to reactivate and get some extra damage done. It was pretty gnarly. Like it, I think that's one of those feels bad moments where, as the player on the receiving end, you just kind of, it's just a bit of like
yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
because you can't do anything about it.
I don't take anything away from him. I could have prevented a lot of that if on turn 2, or when my knights were here on the bog and I retreated with the horse. I was eyeing up to charge and kill Harmer because you want to get rid of all the ways that the mammoth can move
the
for
extra
free.
movement, yeah.
So Varys is there to protect me from Val and the horse zone, but yeah, Val was a lot harder for me to turn off, and I should have charged. And I was just, because there was no threat, I was just waiting, and I completely forgot about surrounded and exposed.
Yeah.
And when he turned them off, that was just a huge problem. So I could have killed if I'd have just gone like the action earlier when he didn't play it because he has to play it at the start of the turn, and I was just stupidly, because I was leaving it to the last activation. He could play surrounded and exposed and strip the lance
because of the extra activations that you had.
Yeah, and I was just being stupid and holding off. I should have just gone straight for Harmer.
Basically, that saved me either Cave Dwellers or Harmer's unit.
I mean, that's but that mistake just cost. Like I haven't lost this bad in a long time. That was horrific.
That happens, man. I think you've got one extra VP though for playing that card that lets you take first.
Oh, I didn't. I never played it.
You played it third turn, didn't you?
No, it wasn't played
second turn.
No,
I didn't, because he was so protective with the mammoth. I didn't have because basically the reason you want that card is to jump the mammoth. but I didn't have an opportunity to jump it.
I mean, I took this card as well because it's logical. And when I saw you were giving me points, I said, okay, again, you have this card. I can't expose Mammoth just to do some random damage and then it dies. It's way more valuable maneuvering behind the line and, I don't know, pressuring opponent to take every possible decision around it than to just I mean, in most games when I can, of course, it just goes somewhere and starts destroying stuff. But yeah, sometimes this works much better.
Well played, gentlemen. Thanks a lot for letting me stream. It was an honour.
No worries.
Yeah,
good
thank
to
you.
watch. And hopefully we'll see some more of your games soon.
Yeah, awesome. I think you'll be still in Malius in the final. That's right.
No.
I'll just I'll go put the game in now.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, if you don't mind, we can still discuss stuff.
Cool. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
Yeah,
okay?
thank you.
Okay, folks. A fat lady is singing. I think it's time for bed for me because I need to be up very soon. So it's been swell having you, but the swelling's gone down. We'll see you soon. Make sure you check out our Facebook, YouTube, like, follow, subscribe, all that business. Good having you. And hopefully get some more games in next week and see you then.